before us. Now, we are on the verge of just one more game at home this season. So my advice to you would be, enjoy the moment and never forget what you will see. Days like these are ones that should always be treasured. We have made a lot of memories this season. Are you ready to make one more? For the potential final time this season at DCB&T, it's Sodbusters, it's Big Sticks, it's ILB Baseball. Hello everyone, and welcome to Dakota Community Bank & Trust Ballpark, where we have one more prime showdown for you today as the 13-33 Hastings Sodbusters collide with the 29-19 Badlands Big Sticks. I'm Dylan Simmons, and I am once again thrilled to join you today as we close the story on the Big Sticks regular season at home. Last night, Badlands was able to clinch the series with a dramatic 6-5 victory and clutch late play from the likes of Kobe Krenz and Troy Berg. Now with the series win, the Big Sticks have found a way to once again maintain momentum and put themselves in the ILB second half playoff race. However, the Hastings Sodbusters are trying to spoil the party, especially coming off the 5-game win streak that they had before this series began. The good news for Hastings is that a win today could propel them as they head back home to play the Badlands Big Sticks in the penultimate series of the regular season. Needless to say, with the Big Sticks, Spuds, and Sasquatch in a race to the finish, this game will mean all the more. For Badlands, it is one last chance to keep calm and carry a big stick at home in the regular season. We'll now send a field side for opening ceremonies and be right back with your starting lineups.
Community College, number 23, Garrett Ludmark. The Badlands Big Sticks are led by head coach Jordan Price and assisted by Cameron Guevara. Today's Big Sticks back kid is Jake. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we would like to introduce our 2023 host families for the Big Sticks. The Grafton family hosted our intern Maddie.
You guys do what you gotta do. Right? So nice about him. I don't want to.
The Everett family hosted Jack Bright. The McChesney family hosted Logan Fragamini. The Bolton family hosted Shane Curtin. The Prowitz family hosted Max Martin. The Peters family hosted Alex Erlob and Quade Peters. The Shockey family hosted Marcus Abelhausen and Michael Getzinger. Corey White hosted Thomas King, Brennan Heyman, and Jackson Horace. Joan Koenig hosted Carson Carey and Calvin Watkins. The Barkley family hosted Kobe Krenz and Balash Buckmaster. Yeah, the Knipp family hosted Harrison Waxley, Cam Crater, and our intern Chloe. The Howden family hosted Matt Lewis. The Dahl family hosted Joe Osborne. The Lyson family hosted Preston Jones. The Humenick family hosted Danny Rogers. The Sharp family hosted Kyler Beekman.
Oh yeah, so it's my very first time watching a baseball game. You need to come down to Houston. Oh yeah? Yeah. This is Look, let's get ourselves a drink because it's hot. We're gonna grab our seats, but like there's a kind of promotion. Yeah. Just for $2. I just bought one because I'm driving, so I say no, I'll take just one. You're a smart man.
The Spillman family hosted Hunter Smith.
I'll go get them, you guys. Yep. That's what I think. I say, no, I'm super okay here because it's here and all that shit.
The Richter family hosted Moses Dokes.
You also like it. I mean, used to this type of weather, but you know, if I can avoid it, right? Exactly. So you all come from, I know it's from Scotland.
The Mortensen family hosted Isaac Huddle.
Why do you guys have like big tickets for country speakers?
The Grosslick family hosted Keenan Proctor.
Oh, yeah.
The Guevara family hosted Dan Rivera. And last but certainly not least, the Watson family hosted the head coach for the Big Sticks, Jordan Price. Fans, can we just get a round of applause for our incredible host families for this 2023 season?
I got you a cool slide. Look, yeah,
Fans, before the first pitch, we ask that you stand and share a moment of silence for our servicemen and women who are defending our country both home and abroad, and to all of our military veterans for their service to our great nation. E&G Landing and the Big Sticks believe that every day is Veterans Day. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please remain standing, remove your hats, and stand at attention as Kelly Sharp sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's regular albums bursting in air gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Let's hear it for Kelly, one of our host moms. Thank you, Kelly. All right quick, everybody on the mound. Everybody on the mound.
Jason, quick clarification. That is not a requirement to be able to sing like that to be a host mother.
No, but it is preferred.
Community Bank and Trust Ballpark, the host families being recognized today. Some incredible people that have hosted our players, as well as several on the facility and faculty staff. And they've done a great job for these players and this team as a whole. And while we've got a moment, we will go over the starting lineups for both teams, starting off with the Hastings Sodbusters. Leading off for the Sodbusters will be Taylor Gill, the second baseman, Lane Shears in center field, Cale Jensen left field, Anthony Chavez in the cleanup spot at third base, Rusty Wortman the catcher, Landon Gaz at first base, Josh Printer shortstop, Tyler Welsh the designated hitter, Kyle Hiltbrand right field, and Jacob Suits will be on the mound for the Sodbusters today. And now for the Badlands Big Sticks, leading off will be Matthew Lewis in center field, Troy Iceberg, the third baseman, Keenan Proctor in the designated hitter spot, Danny Rogers in the cleanup spot at first base, Joe Osborne in left field, Isaac Cuttle catcher, Cam Crater right field, Kobe Krenz at second base, Marcus Abelhausen shortstop, and Garrett Lundmark will get the honors here in the final home game of the regular season on the mound, led by head coach Jordan Price. So last night, the Big Sticks were able to take the series in a 6-5 victory, and they had to earn it the hard way. They faced a lot of adversity early on and were even down 3 runs heading into the bottom of the 5th inning before they would put 4 on the board in that half inning alone to take the lead and not look back. And the Big Sticks ended up taking the series. They also won 8-0 in the very first game of the series. So the Big Sticks are 5-0 against the Hastings Sodbusters entering today, and they have all the momentum they need to end up with this series sweep. And that's exactly what they will look to do. And it'll be interesting to see how the Big Sticks continue to respond as Hastings is in big need and in kind of a desperation mode in getting back in the Independence League conversation. Obviously, it will be tough for them to have a shot at the playoffs, but they want to finish the year strong just as the Big Sticks do. But for Badlands today, they have all the motivation they need to come away with a victory. At home in front of a packed crowd here on a Sunday afternoon. All host families in attendance. Last home game of the regular season. There's so much on the line for Badlands. And lest we forget that they are right in the middle of the playoff conversation themselves. The Casper Spuds also currently in action at the moment. They are taking on the Oahe Zap once again. And we'll be keeping track of that all day, as we will with the Spearfish, Sasquatch, and Fremont Moo, currently playing in Fremont, Nebraska. The Big Sticks will play the Sodbusters in the very next series starting on Tuesday. That one will be in Hastings, so for the Big Sticks, they will not be seeing the last of the Sodbusters today, but they will see the last of them here at DCB&T, and they hope to end out the regular season here with a bang and maybe get the catapult they need to get into the playoffs. So the Casper Spuds won earlier today 7-5 over the Oahe Zap as they ended up completing, yes, the series sweep. So the Badlands Big Sticks, if they want to keep pace, they have to win today at home over the Hastings Sodbusters here. Garrett Lundmark on the mound, and he'll be looking for a dominant start for the Badlands Big Sticks. And Lundmark has seen a lot of action this year for Badlands. Time and time again, they have gone his way. And this will be his first time in this series taking on the Hastings Sodbusters. So when you look at what he's been able to do on the year, Lundmark with just over 26 innings pitched, 26 2/3, a 1-2 record. He has 17 hits, 13 runs given up, 24 strikeouts, 10 walks, and a 2.10 ERA. So that 2.10 ERA for Lundmark, and he'll look to put that to good use against this Sodbuster squad. We're also seeing a return to some familiar positions for some Big Sticks players. Danny Rogers back at first base, Isaac Cuttle back in the catcher spot, Matthew Lewis in center field, Joe Osborne left field. It's almost like the traditional lineup that we've seen throughout this season, and it should fare well for the Badlands Big Sticks here this afternoon. So we'll see what the Sodbusters have to throw out. Taylor Gill will be the leadoff hitter, as he has been for the majority of the games in this series. It'll be Gill, Lane Shears, and Cale Jensen, the leadoff hitters, the second baseman, center field, and left fielders for the Hastings Sodbusters. Lundmark getting the nod again. And for Badlands, they've won a lot of games, completed a lot of series sweeps here in Dickinson. They know exactly what has to be done and the kind of intensity they have to play with to defeat the Sodbusters. They've already done it 5 times this year. Now it's just a matter of doing it again. Taylor Gill, the leadoff hitter for Hastings. And we are almost ready to get things underway in the final home game of the regular season. One more time from DCB&T, it's Big Sticks and it's Sodbusters, and it's on. Lundmark's first pitch is a fastball towards the outside that makes it a 1-0 count. 85 miles per hour on that pitch. Taylor Gill in the leadoff position tonight, as he was last night. Had 4 at-bats and couldn't get anything as Lundmark pitches a fastball for a strike, 1-1 count. And he put a little more pizzazz on that one, 87 miles per hour. Great pitch from Lundmark. Trying again towards the outside, and the count goes to 2-1. A little bit too far to the outside, but he shows you he likes that outside margin, and that is where he is going to try to go time and time again in this game for the Big Sticks. Pitch on the way, swung on, a foul ball. It's going up and ahead, and it is going to go over the press box and out of play, and the count goes to 2-2. So a quick chance for a Garrett Lundmark strikeout on Taylor Gill. We'll expect a fastball here. Here comes the windmill. He tried the fastball, but it was too far to the outside margin and away from the zone. Count goes full with no outs. Sodbusters with those Oakland A's-esque uniforms today. And he walked him. So Lundmark is going to walk Taylor Gill, and the Sodbusters have a man on base. So that's the kind of start that Hastings needed early on. You want to have the starting pitcher for the Big Sticks make mistakes, and you've got to put some guys on base, and that's exactly what they do with Taylor Gill. Lane Shears, the next man up, and he has been a spectacular center fielder in this series for Hastings time and time again. Lundmark the pitch, and it's upstairs for a strike, 0-1. Nice pitch high in the zone, and he was able to just sneak it in on the breaking ball to Shears. We'll be seeing more of that mixed in throughout this game. This one is going to be fouled off, and the count quickly goes to 0-2 as we have Broken Glass City and Dickinson. 0-2 count for Lane Shears coming up right here. Chance for the Lundmark K once again. On the way, swung on, this one high in the air. Rogers trying to chase it down, and it bounces off of the sidewalk and out of play for a foul ball. Count stays at 0-2. Lane Shears entered this series with a 276 average, 24 hits, 14 RBIs, 14 runs, and 87 at-bats. That has been inflated quite a bit thus far here at DCB&T in the last 3 days. Runners on to second, swing and a miss. He throws over there, and he makes it in time. Not enough arm from Isaac Huddle, but he does get the strikeout on Lane Shears. So Garrett Lundmark with his first K of the night. That'll send on Cale Jensen, the left fielder, and expect the Big Sticks outfield and infield to make a shift towards the right as they try to account for that massive hitting power that Cale Jensen has. Although he hasn't had that signature home run yet in this series, he is very much the power bat. Jordan Price is apparently making some adjustments, talking to the home plate umpire right now, and he'll have a conversation with his friend. Thus far for Lundmark, 1 walk and 1 strikeout in the first 2 at-bats of the game. Mixed start, but he's hoping to get a little more consistent with time. And one thing about Garrett Lundmark is that as the game moves forward, Lundmark, along with a lot of Big Sticks pitchers, just continues to get better and better, and that is exactly what he will look to do here. But Cale Jensen, a man with 5 home runs on the year entering this series, he's the major guy for the Hastings Sodbusters. And they're currently talking to Joel Shipper, and they are saying that he is going to go out. Taylor Gill is out of the game. Wow. Not exactly sure what that was about. We saw him take off towards second on a stolen base opportunity with the strikeout. And I wonder, was there some interference there? Maybe some interference on the throwback that limited him and made it to where the Big Sticks couldn't get the out. I wonder if that was the call. Either way, he's out of the game, and that's out number 2. And all of a sudden, there's a lot more pressure on Cale Jensen. Early break for the Big Sticks. Pitch from Lundmark, and that one is low and to the outside for a 1-0 count. So odd circumstances leads to Taylor Gill having become an out in this game. That one swung on towards right, and it just bounces wide of first base for a foul ball. 1-1 count. And again, the Hastings Sodbusters were close to pulling out a victory here last night in that 6-5 game. We're up by as much as 3 runs, but couldn't seal the deal. Pitch from Lundmark, bunch shown, and that one is driven in for ball 2. 2-1 and 2 outs. Another fastball from Lundmark, this one a bit more centered up. And perfectly placed fastball in the corner of the zone, and the count will even up, 2 apiece with 2 outs. And we have 2s across the board here in the top of the first inning in Big Stick Sodbusters, Series 2, Game 3. And Jensen swings and misses, and Garrett Lundmark with 2 sensational strikeouts to end the top of the first inning. And the Badlands Big Sticks come away with a shutout inning defensively against Hastings. We'll be right back after the break for the bottom of the first when we return from Dickinson.
You have many co-pilots in life. And for 4 generations, we've been happy to help keep you on the road with all of them. Whether it's your first vehicle or your 10th, we're proud to be at your side when you need us. Think of us as the co-pilot that keeps you in the driver's seat. We've been proud to be by your side for 100 years. Here's to the next 100. Sachs Motor Company in Dickinson, North Dakota.
For working on your swing, learning the game of golf, watching a sporting event, or just relaxing and having a drink, the newly renovated Just Golf in Dickinson is just the ticket. Featuring a 4-site golf simulator and a great lounge area with beer, wine, and other drink options available. Just Golf is a great option for any get-together. Book a time online at justinglassnd.com or call us at 483-JUST. For a premium indoor golf experience, Just Golf is just what you need.
Make the most of your summer with a quick stop at Rosie's Food and Gas in South Dickinson. You'll find everything from live bait to lottery tickets. Pick up a hunting or fishing license, or even borrow a life jacket. Cool off with a for real ice cream shake, or pick up a snack on the way to the Big Sticks game. Rosie's Food and Gas, 1 block west of the Astoria Field in Dickinson.
Welcome back to DCB&T, bottom of the first between the Big Sticks and the Sodbusters, as Jacob Suits is on the mound for the first time this season against Badlands. Suits with 8 2/3 innings pitched, an 0-1 record thus far, 7 hits, 9 runs given up, 8 strikeouts, 3 walks, 2 hit by pitches, and a 3.12 ERA. Matthew Lewis, the leadoff hitter for Badlands. And he has had plenty of experience against the Sodbusters in the past. Last night he was not in the lineup for Badlands, although he was in game number 1 as the leadoff hitter. Now he's back in position as that one goes below, and that will be ball 1. A 1-0 count, and a little bit low on the pitch from Suits. And he'll have to fix that one up in a hurry. Lewis with 87 at-bats entering this series, a 322 average, 28 hits, 9 RBIs, and 16 runs total. Trying to add more. Pitch from Suits, and a swing and a miss, a heck of a breaking ball that was brought towards the outside of the zone, and the count goes to 1-1. That's the kind of breaking ball that's almost impossible to make contact with. We'll see how Lewis handles it. Swung on over towards right. Grounded, and a throw to first is easily made by Taylor Gill to Landon Gause for out 1. Lewis quickly retired as Troy Iceberg is next up in the lineup for the Big Sticks. And you might remember he had a heck of a night last night. He was the closer for the Badlands Big Sticks pitching, and he came out full sprint to the mound. He looked like Usain Bolt bolting down. He was so excited for the moment. And he ended up getting a strikeout in that half inning and helped to win the game. 1-out pitch from Suits, and that's a breaking ball slider to the outside, and the count goes to 1-0. It's a hot day today too, probably the hottest of the season. It is 95 degrees here in Dickinson. It is a hot day. Don't say it can't get hot in North Dakota, because it absolutely can, as that one is fouled off and the count goes to 1-1. It's been interesting too. The month of July has often been relatively cold, at least in summer terms for the Big Sticks, as a lot of the games have been in the 70s or 80s, but today it is feeling like summer in every sense of the word. Pitch from Suits. Another slider to the outside, and it's a 2-1. 84 miles per hour on the breaking ball. Keenan Proctor currently on deck for the Badlands Big Sticks in the DH spot. Again, he tries that outside breaking ball, and the count goes to 3-1. Really likes that slider, but he just can't get it to stick on Troy Berg. He's got to figure this out in a hurry or he will walk him. And that's what is going to happen. Troy Berg is on to first base as Suits issues his first walk of the game. So Berg at first as Keenan Proctor will be the next man up. And he had a heck of a game one. 5 RBIs, including a 3-run triple in the bottom of the 7th that helped the Big Sticks to that 8-0 dominant victory here in the first game of the series. Now he's watching Jacob Suits. Pitch on the way, swung on towards left, into the gap. Throw to first is not going to be able to make it in time. Keenan Proctor shows off that speed, and Josh Printer did not have enough time or enough arm to get it over there as quickly as he needed to. And Danny Rogers will be the next man up as Proctor secures the first hit of the game for either side. Single for Proctor, and runners on first and second for the Big Sticks. In terms of explosive plays, Rogers has been on a bit of a slump. He has not had a home run in the month of July, but still the team leader in homers, 6 total on the year. Swung on, this one fair towards right, Gaz there, and he'll make the throw to Suits, and that's out number 2. But the Big Sticks do advance to second and third, so now 2 runners in scoring position on that sacrifice play from Danny Rogers. And here comes the conductor of the crazy train, Joe Osborne, for the Badlands Big Sticks, as they have Troy Berg and Keenan Proctor at third and second respectively. They are threatening the Hastings Sodbusters early and trying to take it right to them. Perhaps Osborne can do just that. A 2-out pitch from Suits, and it's swung on and missed. That's a strike, 0-1 count, and that's the kind of breaking ball that Jacob Suits needs to go back to. Delivered to the outside right near the top margin of the zone and then drops down quickly. It's a very efficient pitch, and as you can see, it gets the job done. Osborne in left field today. Swung on, that'll be a foul, and the count goes to 0-2. As a car is going to need a repair bill. 0-2 and 2 outs. Chance for the Sodbusters to hold the Big Sticks to no runs here in the bottom of the first inning. Could be huge early on. Pitch from Suits. Swung on, another foul as it quickly goes out of play and near the grilling area. Count will stay at 0-2. 0-2 count for Joe Osborne. Can he get a hit into the gap or more? Remember, he does have 1 home run already this year against the Sodbusters. To the outside it goes, and it's too high away for a 1-2 count. Not quite in the zone that time from Suits. Again, he was trying to get him with that plus slider and couldn't quite manage it. 1-2. Pitch from Suits, and that is well to the inside and almost was a hit by pitch for Joe Osborne, and he let it sail by to even the count. 2s across the board here in the bottom of the first. What will Suits cook up this time? Here's the pitch. Osborne swung deep to left field, looked dangerous at first, but Cale Jensen spoils the party and denies Joe Osborne. And the Big Sticks come up empty in the bottom of the first. The Sodbusters defense steps up. Second inning on the way when we return to DCB&T.
The Eagles Club in downtown Dickinson is the best place to get together with your friends and enjoy a nice cold beverage any time of the day. They have weekly lunch specials from 11 to 1:30 and beer and wings Thursdays from 5 to 9. The Eagles is also available for your special event. Call now to reserve your date. You'll find everything the Eagles is planning on their Facebook page, and you can check out their monthly calendar to see all the entertainment and events going on. Whether you're looking for something different for lunch or something fun to do with your friends, try the Eagles in downtown Dickinson.
Are you ready for summer fun and adventure? Spend an exciting time at Badlands Ministries just south of Medora, where you'll grow in faith and have the time of your life. For over 90 years, Badlands Ministries has provided a safe place for people of all ages and denominations to experience Christ's love. Take a leap of faith and enjoy the many activities from ropes courses, fun Bible studies, crazy games, hiking, swimming, campfires, songs, skits, and more. Call or go to badlandsministries.org. See you at camp.
You all heard the saying, if you go paperless, you can save a tree. Well, when you go paperless with Consolidated, not only will you save a tree, but you'll also save time and money with AutoPay and paperless billing. Sign up today and get a one-time credit up to $10 and a chance to win $150 more. This offer is for residential customers only. Some exclusions apply. Offer expires June 30th. AutoPay and paperless billing. Sign up today by calling 483-4000. Consolidated. Reach the world from here.
Welcome back to Dickinson, North Dakota, here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. Currently gridlocked at 0-0 between the Big Sticks and the Sodbusters. And Anthony Chavez will be the leadoff hitter for Hastings in this half inning. The sophomore infielder from Oxnard, California. Formerly played for Chico State College and also for Ventura College. Had second team all-conference honors and also helped his high school team, Thousand Oaks High School, to a league title. And can also work as a pitcher, as we've already seen in this series. Getting his first at-bat of the day, the third baseman. It'll be Chavez, Rusty Wertman, and Landon Gause, 4-5-6 for the Sodbusters, due up here in the top of the second inning. The Hastings defense came up huge with 2 runners in scoring position for the Badlands Big Sticks. Badlands could not score a run, and thus the score still donut hole to donut hole. Garrett Lundmark still on the mound, already with 2 strikeouts. And almost a hit by pitch. That was well to the outside and almost popped Chavez right in the noggin. 1-0 count. Chavez has been in the lineup both nights, and last night he had 2 hits and 1 double and 5 at-bats, a .400 average. And that goes for a strike. And the count is 1-1 as Garrett Lundmark again gets him with that breaking ball. And the great thing about Lundmark is that he can deliver it a little bit higher than you normally see with a breaking ball. Makes it so much more dangerous. And again he goes high, but this time it's too high. Upstairs and a 2-1 count. A little less breaking this time. Kind of cut late on it. 2-1 and no outs. Pitch to Chavez. And this one is fouled off over the net, and the count will even out, 2 apiece. 85 miles per hour on the Lundmark pitch. Thus far in this series, in both games, the defenses have usually come out swinging early and have been able to limit the other side. It isn't usually until we get to the middle innings that the game kind of starts to explode. Swung on, and another foul ball, and it's going to bounce directly off of the concession stand. Almost went right into the concession stand, and those workers over there almost had a souvenir. Instead, the count is still 2-2. Lundmark could try to throw out that plus slider right here to strike him out. Pitch on the way, and it is launched deep to left field, back towards the wall. And the catch will be made on the pop fly by Joe Osborne. That one deep out there, but Osborne back to deny Anthony Chavez. Rusty Wertman, the next man up, number 5 in the lineup, as Chavez had a big shot, but once again, it gets taken away, much like Cale Jensen did to Joe Osborne in the bottom of the first. So both outfields on the spot today, and that's a pretty impressive play to make, especially considering the sun being right in his eyes. And this one directly into the net as the count goes to 0-1 for Wertman. starting catcher tonight for Hastings. And last night he came in as a pinch hitter, had 2 total at-bats, but no hits recorded. The 0-1. Swung on towards left. It's going to be a chase to get it, and nobody gets it. And Rusty Wertman will be safe at first base. A diving attempt by Marcus Abelhausen, but he couldn't quite get a hold on it. So Wertman gets the first hit of the day for the Hastings Sodbusters on that bloop shot into shallow left field. And now Hastings at least has a runner on base as Marcus Abelhausen is trying to get things figured out real quick, and Troy Berg as well. Currently getting some equipment adjustments, it appears. Nice bloop shot from Wertman, and that's exactly the kind of hit that the Hastings Sodbusters need to get past this efficient Big Sticks defense. 1-out pitch with Wertman on first, and Landon Gause, who's already been a significant factor on first base, with a chance to add to that. Pitch on the way, swung on, and this will be another foul over the wall in the garden and bouncing into the parking lot. Count will be 0-1 with 1 for Gause. And right now for Hastings, it is about sustaining this early action. Trying to take this momentum back home to Hastings, where they will host the Big Sticks starting on Tuesday. Pitch from Lundmark, swung deep to right field. This one's going to be back near the wall, and it is going to be off the wall. Coming around is Wertman. He is on to third, and Hastings will have 2 runners in scoring position, and the Big Sticks almost gave up a run there as they lost the handle on the ball, and Landon Gause gets his first hit of the night and a double. Josh Printer, the next man up. The Sodbusters with a pulse here as Printer is on, the shortstop. And right now all they need is 1 more swing and they can put a run on the board, or maybe 2. Almost a home run that time. And that's a breaking ball for a strike and an 0-1 count for Garrett Lundmark. That's the kind of pitch we've come to expect from him in this game. And he'll have to put more of those in to hold off the Sodbusters, who are ferocious starting off. Try to slider and put it too far away from the zone, and the count will go 1-1. The Gause double has put the Sodbusters in position. And right now, if you're Garrett Lundmark, you've got to get a strikeout at least here to prevent any sacrifice flies or bunts. Swung on towards right, plays over to first, and that will be out 1, but Hastings does put a run on the board. Coming home is Rusty Wertman, so that'll be an RBI for Josh Printer, and the Sodbusters take the early lead. So Printer brings in a run. Tyler Welsh, the next man up. Hastings with 1 runner on base in the hot corner, that being Landon Gause, the man who had the double. Hastings, for the 2nd straight game, has taken the early lead on the Badlands Big Sticks, up 1-0 here in the top of the 2nd. Pitch from Lundmark, and that's a big swing and a miss. Tyler Welsh, I think, put that one a little bit too high. He wasn't expecting it to go as low as it did from Garrett Lundmark, but unfortunately for himself it did. 0-1 count. Swung on, another foul, and the count goes to 0-2. Just like that, Tyler Welsh is in danger of getting struck out. Back in the lineup for the 2nd straight game, as Welsh was a pinch hitter in game number 1 as well. Saw limited action last night for the Sodbusters. Runner in the hot corner, 0-2 with 2. Lundmark pitch. And can we say another foul ball? It goes up and over, and more souvenirs for the parking lot. 0-2 and 2 outs. But Hastings keeping the at-bats alive with some efficient foul balls and taking it to Lundmark right now, trying to test his patience a little bit. 0-2 count again. This one popped up to right center. Kobe Krenz wants it, And Krenz will make the catch for out 3. But the Hastings Sodbusters do take the early lead. An RBI for Josh Printer as he brings across Rusty Wertman, looking anything but rusty. Hastings on top here at DCB&T.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, we're leaders in the egg industry. Our egg lenders grew up farming and ranching, and they understand egg operations.
With our agribusiness lending experience, we can help you with your financing.
We specialize in egg real estate, operating lines of credit, and cattle and machinery financing.
To serve you, we need to hear you.
So stop by your local Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
I wonder how much my car is worth. I just don't drive it anymore.
Dan Porter Motors will buy it.
I'm tired of my old car. I just want something different.
Dan Porter Motors will buy it.
What about boats and campers?
Dan Porter Motors will buy it. Now, for a limited time, Dan Porter Motors will give you the most for your car, boat, pickup, camper, motorcycle, jet ski, tractor. You get the picture. Just stop in, give them the keys, and they'll write you a check. It's that simple. See Dan Porter Motors, 58601.
Welcome back to Dickinson, everybody. Bottom of the second inning between the Big Sticks and the Sodbusters. Hastings up 1-0 after a Josh Printer RBI that brought in Rusty Wertman. And right now Hastings playing with the early lead, but the Big Sticks are not ones to be behind for too long against Hastings, as history has proven. We'll see if they can keep that trend going. Isaac Huddle currently on deck for the Big Sticks. He'll be the leadoff hitter in this half inning, as it'll be Huddle, Cam Crater, and Kobe Krenz, 6, 7, 8 for Big Sticks, due up. Huddle played last night as a designated hitter. Saw some limited action. He did not play in game 1 of the series. Had 3 at-bats as the DH, but could not maintain any contact. So he wants some redemption here tonight against this Sodbusters defense that was able to mostly handle what he was able to bring. So we'll see if Huddle can do that. Jacob Suits was fairly efficient in the first inning, although he did put 2 runners in scoring position and allowed the Big Sticks to threaten quickly. He was able to respond late. And we'll see if that will be a similar situation here, as there's a bit of a delay right now, as we are waiting to get everybody in position. And by the way, if you aren't done with Big Sticks baseball yet and you want to see what happens on the road, join us on Mixlr starting off Tuesday night. We'll be on the road for Big Sticks Sodbusters Game 1 of Series 3. First trip to Hastings of the season. You won't want to miss that one. And you can also join us for the rest of that series and against the Oahe Zap in Pierce, South Dakota. That starts on Friday night. And we'll see if the Big Sticks can handle that and be in position for potential ILB Championship Series berth. So Isaac Huddle, the leadoff hitter for Badlands in this half inning, as the umpires are ready to go now. And Jacob Suits also looks to be ready, trying to steal one here in Dickinson. But the Big Sticks not easily threatened. They'll be looking to respond here in just a moment. So here comes Huddle out to home plate for the Badlands Big Sticks, getting ready to make his first plate appearance of the night for Badlands. And Isaac Huddle, a man who knows all too well how to smack a baseball far. He already has 9 doubles on this season. That is the second most on the team. Only Royce Van Dyne has more. And he's done it in a very efficient and timely fashion. A 311 average entering this series. And he swings one on to left field, drifting back. Jensen there, and that's out 1. Good looking shot from Isaac Huddle. Sure he would have liked to have had a little more power underneath it, but he couldn't quite shift it well enough away, as Cam Crater will be the next man up. So Crater has had an up and down stretch, but He's still a guy who we all know can be very explosive. He had the grand slam against the Casper Spuds not too long ago. Looking for similar explosiveness here, but instead he gets a strike from Jacob Suits. 0-1 count, as Suits almost slipped coming off of the mound, but he still ended up firing in the strike. Beautiful pitch. Brought it in on the fastball. Let's see if he tries that again. Low and away. And it's interesting to watch how he pitches. He almost falls down whenever he throws it in there. It's almost like he's trying to get extra velocity, but he makes it work for him. A 1-1 count. Pitch from Suits. And a swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-2 for Cam Crater, who had the ball lit up past him. And that is an example of a classic Jacob Suits pitch, as Crater is quickly in the strike zone. Could get struck out here by Suits. Not yet. This one bobbled as Wertman can't come up with it. And too low. And the count will even up at 2 apiece for Cam Crater and the Big Sticks. So Crater waiting. 1 out pitch. And a swing and a miss again. Crater got struck out, and he shakes his head in frustration. Jacob Suits stepping up in a big way, and he gets his first strikeout of the game. Kobe Krenz, the next man up for Badlands, the number 8 man in the lineup. So Suits on a little bit of a run after that strikeout, trying to keep it going against Kobe. Krenz looking for his first hit of the series. Swung on into left center field. Kobe Krenz will get his first hit of the day in his first plate appearance, and it's a single. Absolutely pulverized that one to left center field, and that brings us to the bottom of the lineup with Marcus Abelhausen. The Big Sticks even up the Sodbusters with 2 hits of their own now on the game, and Abelhausen, who has been very, very efficient in this series, will be the next man up to the plate. He had a game-changing double in game number 1 and was the leadoff hitter last night for the Big Sticks. Pitch from Suits. Swung on, foul to the right of the first base bag it goes, and the count will be 0-1 with 2 outs. Big Sticks trying to keep this game under control, and one thing they have to hang their hat on is that their performance as the innings progress and as the game progresses often only gets better and better. Definitely plays into their roles. That one back to first, and safe quickly is Kobe Krenz. So Jacob Suits trying to work over Krenz and get him out. He's got a pretty big leadoff on the first base bag right now. An 0-1 with 2 outs. And make it a ball 1 for a 1-1 count. Low of the strike zone that time from Jacob Suits. 2 strikes away from ending the second inning. Pitch into Abelhausen, and that's high and outside for ball 2, a 2-1 count. Could not quite get that one low enough, and it ended up biting him. Such a small margin for error on Marcus Abelhausen. And he put it in there for a strike. What a play by Jacob Suits, and what an angle he took on that breaking ball. He had to really put that one into the seam to make it find its mark, but made the adjustment and made it work. 2's across the board, 2 outs. And Abelhausen swings and misses. He got struck out, and the Big Sticks, besides Kobe Krenz, can't do anything in the bottom of the second. They still trail 1-0 to the Hastings Sodbusters. We'll be right back for the 3rd inning after this break.
Challenges and struggles are part of everyday life for all of us. At Infinity Real Estate Group, we don't back down and we take it all in stride. In these struggles, there are no mistakes, only life lessons. We may not be that good at some things, but we do excel in real estate. We are Infinity Real Estate Group. Experience the Infinity Way.
World-renowned YouTube chef Lamise O brings her authentic Caribbean cuisine to the Dickinson area. Island Cuisine is open in the St. Joe's Plaza with available takeout and dine-in options. You'll find their entire menu on Facebook or call 483-9918 to place a pickup order. Enjoy incredible dishes like brown stewed chicken or everyone's favorite, Rasta Pasta. Call now to order or stop in. Island Cuisine, located in St. Joe's Plaza, Dickinson.
Welcome back to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark here for the top of the third between the Big Sticks and the Sodbusters. Kyle Hiltbrand, the leadoff hitter for Hastings, who is trying to extend their 1-0 lead. Pitch from Garrett Lundmark is high in the zone and upstairs for a 1-0 count. Hiltbrand playing right field once again, as he has been throughout this series. He had 1 hit and 1 run last night, 1 RBI and 3 at-bats. And he swings one deep to right field. This one back towards the wall, and it is caught right at the track by Cam Crater. What a catch by Crater, and what an adjustment on that high fly ball by Kyle Hiltbrand. So we are back to the top of the order with Taylor Gill. The Sodbusters have been making some deep shots today. They just can't get any to leave the yard yet. Still a big shot to change that. Pitch from Lundmark, and this one will be fouled. Over the wall it goes, and towards the Big Sticks bullpen. 0-1 count. A lot of fans here at DCB&T today coming out to check out the final home game of the regular season. Outside it goes, and the count evens up at 1 apiece. And it bears repeating, but the Badlands Big Sticks have one of the more dedicated fan bases in the entire Independence League. I would hazard to say the best. So many at every game, and it's always a true sight to see. They love their Big Sticks, and they are willing to show that night in and night out. So big thank you to them for always coming out, and especially for watching these games. Some great viewership numbers as well. Swung on towards right, a pop fly high in the air. Krenz is back, as is Rogers, and this time Rogers has it. And that's another out for the Badlands Big Sticks, 2 for 2 thus far, as Lane Shears will be the next man up. Shears, the center fielder, he's been the focus of a lot of the Big Sticks pitching efforts. It always seems like he brings out the best in these Badlands Big Sticks pitchers, and that is due to the intense baseball that he plays. And that's a breaking ball for a strike. One of the better pitches that Lundmark has thrown today, and the count goes to 0-1 with 2 outs. He'll throw it in again, pitch on the way, and another breaking ball for a strike. Carbon copy pitch, and the count goes to 0-2 with 2 outs. That's about as good as you can dial one up by Garrett Lundmark, and he has a chance to do it again. Can he get the strikeout to end the top of the third? Not yet, too high upstairs. And maybe a bit to the outside as well. Count goes to 1-2 with 2. Trying to 1-2-3 the Hastings Sodbusters here in the third inning defensively. And he did get the strikeout. 3 straight massive breaking balls for strikes from Garrett Lundmark, and he ends the Sodbusters' hopes of extending their lead here in the top of the third inning. The Big Sticks will have a chance to return fire when we return from Dickinson.
Favorite thing about my street?
My co-op.
It isn't just about electricity.
It's about power.
The power of information.
About safety.
Efficiency.
Technology. I am the co-op.
I am the co-op.
And the co-op
is me.
The Hub in North Dickinson is more than your ordinary convenience store. From Godfather's Pizza and the Hub Cafe to gourmet coffee, tea, and more. Stop by early for breakfast or grab something to go. We carry a variety of donuts that we make fresh every day. If your vehicle is dirty, we now have a state-of-the-art car wash at both locations. Stop in and see what we have to offer at the Hub located on North Highway 22 or the Hub West Dakota Oil on East Villard in Dickinson. We're changing the way people think about the convenience store industry.
Clogged or slow-moving drains are no match for Josh and his licensed techs at Unplugged Drain Cleaning of Dickinson. They provide 24-hour service to solve all your sewer problems, using only the best equipment along with the latest drain camera technology to resolve issues while maintaining the integrity of your pipes. They take pride in thoroughly explaining your options, providing free estimates and great service, and making sure your issues are resolved permanently. Contact Unplugged Drain Cleaning at 701-290-9737 or online at unpluggeddrains.com.
Western Cooperative Credit Union is your local loan headquarters. Thinking about a new car or truck, ATV, boat, or RV? We'll make the process quick and easy. Call us today. Western Cooperative Credit Union. 85 years the Western way. Western Cooperative Credit Union is dedicated to offering you the best financial services around. We're local, we're personal, and we're great at what we do for you. Join the herd. Western Cooperative Credit Union. 85 years the Western way.
Welcome back to Dickinson here for the bottom of the third between the Big Sticks and the Sodbusters. Hastings currently with a 1-0 lead, but it is hanging on a ledge as the Badlands Big Sticks defense stepped up in a huge way, especially thanks to Garrett Lundmark, who delivered an incredible strikeout with 3 incredible breaking balls to end the top of the third just a moment ago. And now the Big Sticks offense will be back to the top of the order with Matthew Lewis, the leadoff hitter. It'll be Lewis, Troy Iceberg, and Keenan Proctor, 1-2-3 for Badlands to get things underway here in the bottom of the third inning. Jacob Suits still on the mound for Hastings, trying to keep his impressive streak going. He's been able to hold the Big Sticks so far. And Matthew Lewis 0 for 1 from the plate, but trying to change that right here. Can Hastings hold on to their 1-run lead for just a little bit longer? Or is it becoming a tough task to continue? Pitch to Lewis. And he tried a breaking ball high, and the count goes to 1-0. 81 miles per hour on that upstairs breaking ball. Pitch in again to the center fielder Lewis, and he fouls it off. Count will go to 1 apiece. Fouled it off of his own body that time. And last night the Big Sticks weren't super explosive, but they were efficient with their base hitting opportunities. And they were able to make contact in the moments that they had to. And one thing about this Big Sticks team, when they are playing their best brand of baseball, I think it's hard for anyone in the ILB to beat them. As that one goes up and away for a foul and clangs off the roof for a 1-2. Second straight foul ball from Lewis. We saw that with that 4-run half inning in the bottom of the 5th. The Big Sticks came alive. Once they get some momentum, it is hard to stop them. Swung on towards right field, a perfect hit into the gap by Matthew Lewis, and he will have a leadoff single for the Big Sticks. What a hit from Matthew Lewis. He smoked that one into right field, right past 2 Sodbusters defenders in Kyle Hilbrand and Landon Gause. And Troy Iceberg, the next man up, after that crunchier than a Cheetos chip hit for Matthew Lewis. Number 2 in the lineup, making his second plate appearance of the night, as that one goes for a strike, and it's an 0-1 count. Another great breaking ball from Jacob Suits. Him and Garrett Lundmark both have shown us some impressive breaking balls in their arsenal. Lewis on first base. Pickoff back to first, and just getting back in time was Lewis. That one was cut close. Landon Gause, I think he thought that he might have got him on that pickoff. Not what the umpire ruled, though. 0-1 count. Pitch to Berg. And again, he lunges on that outside breaking ball. Tried to bring it back in on the slider, and the count evens up at 1 apiece. Keenan Proctor currently on deck for the Badlands Big Sticks. He does have a hit in this game. 1 for 1 at the plate so far. Pitch to Berg, and it bounces up in the air, and unable to locate it is Wertman, and Lewis is on to second. That one was straight up in the air. I believe it went off the pad, either that or it went off the plate, and thus Matthew Lewis able to advance a step closer to a run. So that wild pitch ended up going way off the mark from Jacob Suits, and it's one of the tougher pitches he's had today. 2-1 count. Can he redeem himself right here? Pitch on the way, upstairs, and the count goes to 3-1. Right past Troy Berg, but Berg is just biding his time right now. And if he can't deliver the strikes, Berg might get a free trip onto first base on a walk. Pitch in from Suits, and he fouls it into the backstop, and the count goes full. So Suits gets another chance to thrive. Thus far in the game, he has 1 walk with 2 strikeouts for the Sodbusters. Not a bad day of work thus far, but that could be changed if he gives up another base hit to the Big Sticks. Pitch to Berg, and into the net it goes. Count stays full. 82 miles per hour on another outside breaking ball. And you got to wonder if he's going to try a fastball or curve something back to the inside. The Big Sticks can kind of guess what he's going to do with that pitching style. Swung on towards right center, and this is an easy catch from Taylor Gill. And that's out 1 as they quickly dispatch of Troy Berg. Keenan Proctor, the next man up. 1 for 1 at the plate thus far already with a hit today. And he wants to make it 2 for 2 for the Badlands Big Sticks and get their 4th total hit today. Danny Rogers on deck now for Badlands. And Proctor, the Ghost Rider, has been so explosive as of late for the Badlands Big Sticks and what he's been able to do. He has provided a spark that the Big Sticks needed offensively here late in the season. And Suits thought about going back to second. Matthew Lewis kind of shrugs it off and says, hey, you should have thrown it back, but there was no one back there. Pitch on the way, and a strike. And one thing that I've noticed, and maybe some of you have noticed as well, is that Jacob Suits seems to do incredibly well with left-handed batters, of which the Big Sticks have many. And if you're going to beat the Big Sticks, you have to find a way to attack those left-handed batters. And it bounces up in the air again, right off the pad of Wertman, and Lewis is into the hot corner. 2 straight pitches that got away from the catcher, Rusty Wertman, have led Matthew Lewis all the way from first base to third base. And he's now just 1 step away from scoring the first run on the game for the Badlands Big Sticks. It's capitalizing time for Keenan Proctor and this Big Sticks offense. Can he deliver another base hit? Pitch on the way, swung on, it'll be a foul as it goes well out of here and crashes into the fence near the kid zone. 1-2 count and 1 out. Proctor does have 1 home run this year, which he hit against the Sawtooth Sockeyes in that 22-5 game. And just able to find that one is Rusty Wertman. That could have been dangerous if it got away again. Lewis likely would have been easily able to come home. Instead, the count is now 2-2. Even count for Keenan Proctor. Lewis in the hot corner. Proctor swung on, and this one is fouled. To the right of the first base bag it goes, and the count stays even at 2 apiece. And for Hastings, it's almost like a ball control offense in football right now. They are limiting the explosive plays that the Badlands Big Sticks have had and are kind of trying to force them to play small ball here. 2-2-1. Swung on, perfectly positioned into right field. Lewis is coming home. We've got a tie game. Proctor's on to second. Oh, big throw over there, and he is safe at second base. And Matthew Lewis is brought in by a Keenan Proctor RBI double. And the Big Sticks have tied the game just like that with Proctor's second hit of the game.
For the Big Sticks, first baseman, number 14, Danny Rogers.
Danny Rogers, the next man up, as Keenan Proctor has tied this game at DCB&T. And he was able to just get back to second base in time for the double. That was a great throw from the right fielder, Kyle Hildbrand, but it couldn't find the mark. Perfectly positioned ball by Keenan Proctor, and the Big Sticks in business. That one goes to the outside for ball one and a 1-0 count, as Badlands is feeling it here in game number 3 right now. Trying to go for the series sweep today. Just like that, they've tied the game. And another breaking ball for a strike. And Jacob Suits trying to show that he's not messing around here in the bottom of the third. Pitch into Rogers. Outside and high, 2-1 count. As Suits kind of working it back on the left side. That left-handed prowess maybe starting to dissolve. This one skied high to left. Pop fly should be easy. And the catch is going to be made by the left fielder, Cale Jensen. So that's out number 2 as Danny Rogers gets retired. And here comes the conductor of the crazy train, Joe Osborne, the left fielder. Keenan Proctor at second base, and Osborne looking for a big shot to enhance the Big Sticks' chances. 2-out pitch coming up. We'll see if Joe Osborne can answer the call and give the Big Sticks their first lead of the day. Second plate appearance, no hits thus far. Pitch from Suits, swung deep to left field. This one is going to be fair. Into the left field corner it goes, and coming home is Proctor. And just like that, Badlands is back on top. 2-1 Big Sticks lead as the crazy train is rolling with a Joe Osborne RBI single. So Keenan Proctor now with 2 hits, a double, an RBI, and a run. And an assist to Joe Osborne with that big shot into the left field corner that Cale Jensen could do nothing with, as Isaac Huddle is now up at home plate. Big Sticks thriving as that one goes to the inside for a 1-0. 2 big shots from Proctor and Osborne have given the Big Sticks the lead. And just when you think that the Sodbusters may have Badlands on the ropes, the Big Sticks respond 7-fold. That one is low of the zone, and it is quickly a 2-0 count. And the biggest thing right now for Jacob Suits and this Sodbusters defense is that they cannot panic and let the Badlands Big Sticks get in their heads here. If you lose the mental game, a lot of times you lose the game outright. Huddle kind of checked it that time. Count goes 3-0 as it was well to the inside and almost a hit by pitch. And Suits is in danger of issuing 4 straight balls and walking Isaac Huddle onto first base. They tried the pickoff back to first, and Joe Osborne easily able to get back on the bag. Maybe also trying to goad Suits into a mistake. Pitch in, and that goes for a strike. Well timed from Suits. 3-1 and 2 outs on that 80-mile-per-hour breaking ball. That's one that you had to get. But he's going to need 2 more and maybe has to hope for a foul ball here. And that's exactly what he's going to get. Fouled off into the backstop, and the count goes full. So we'll have a payoff pitch with 2 outs for Isaac Huddle here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. A chance for Hastings to get out of this half inning, at least for their sakes, only down 1. Outside runner on to second. He walked Isaac Huddle. Too far to the outside. And he got 3-0 to 3-2 only to walk him. That is the second walk of the day for Jacob Suits. And the Big Sticks again have 2 runners on base. Cam Crater, the next man up. And it is looking like it may be one of those half innings for this Badlands Big Sticks offense, with 2 runners on base and the Sodbusters in big trouble. Cam Crater looking for his first hit of the day right here. 0 for 1 thus far at the plate. Pitch on the way. skied high to deep center field. Lane shears back, and he will come up to make the catch. But the Badlands Big Sticks turn it into that next gear. Joe Osborne and Keenan Proctor, the stars of the show. Two massive shots that bring in 2 runs. And the Big Sticks on top for the first time today.
West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company proudly offers products and services that help fuel our customers' lives with clean burning propane and bulk fuel and convenient on-site delivery with premium farm and road fuels. We provide energy where and when you need it most, with locations throughout Southwest North Dakota. West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company. Locally owned, locally strong. The products you need with the service you deserve.
You have many co-pilots in life. And for 4 generations, we've been happy to help keep you on the road with all of them. Whether it's your first vehicle or your 10th, we're proud to be at your side when you need us. Think of us as the co-pilot that keeps you in the driver's seat. We've been proud to be by your side for 100 years. Here's to the next 100. Sachs Motor Company in Dickinson, North Dakota.
Just In Glass specializes in windshield replacement and repair. With over 20 years experience in the auto glass business, Just In Glass works with all insurance companies and deductibles. We have the best cash prices in town. We also offer camera recalibration in shop, so there's no longer any need to go to a dealership after a windshield replacement. Add to that our windshield warranty program, and Just In Glass is the only place you'll need to stop.
Drive by the rest, then come to the best. Just In Glass. 483.
Welcome back to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. We are now in the 4th inning as the Badlands Big Sticks, with 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd, they now have the lead on the Hastings Sodbusters. Garrett Lundmark still on the mound, hoping to keep up what has been a solid defensive performance so far. Cale Jensen will be the leadoff hitter in this half inning. Coming into this series with 114 at-bats, a 281 average, 32 hits, 5 home runs, 23 RBIs, and 23 runs total for the Sodbusters. But right now, he needs one of those home runs to try to tie this game up, as Hastings saw their early advantage quickly slip away in the bottom half of the last inning. Now on to the 4th as we approach the midway point, and Jensen still looking for that signature strike in the series. And brought in low for Lundmark. He tried to push it low in the zone and couldn't get that one to register. It's a 1-0 count. Isaac Huddle has done a great job as the catcher today, coming back in that spot, and he has kept everything in front of him. Good control from Lundmark as well. Has not pushed anything too erratically. 2-0 count for Jensen. Pitch from Lundmark, and it is going to be fouled into the backstop for a 2-1 count by Jensen. Just caught it with the end of the bat. We're seeing a lot more of the Lundmark fastball here in the top of the 4th. And with these home run hitters, a lot of times that it can be a risky game depending on who it is. But he's making it work so far. This one skied out to center, back towards the track, and the catch is made by Lewis. So we brought it into deep center field instead of right, but it didn't matter anyway. The Big Sticks were ready. Anthony Chavez, the next man up. And that's why great outfielders are a great thing for the Badlands Big Sticks. You can rely on them to get stops like that. The Badlands Big Sticks will shift back into normal defense as Abelhausen returns to the shortstop area, and Troy Berg gets back near 3rd. Anthony Chavez, number 2 in this half inning. 3rd baseman does not have a hit yet. 2nd plate appearance. And that one goes in for a strike, 0-1 count. Nice slider from Lundmark, and that shows that versatility that he and a lot of these Big Sticks pitchers have. And one thing that Badlands seems to have over the Sodbusters is pitching depth. This one skied out deep to left center field. It is going to bounce near the wall. Coming around is Chavez. He wants second base, and he'll stop at second base for the easy double. Anthony Chavez gets that first hit of the day, and it almost left the yard. Double for Chavez as Rusty Wertman will be the next man up. Big shot on that one-out pitch, and Hastings is quickly in position to potentially tie this game up. That's that big explosiveness that Chavez can provide. He's lifted a lot of them deep in this series, as he just did right there, and now he is in scoring position. So Wertman, the next man up. He does have one hit and one run tonight. He's the only run thus far that the Sodbusters have scored. One-out pitch from Lundmark. Drives it in, and that's a breaking ball for a strike. Right on the outside part of the zone. He got it in there, 0-1. And a checked-in swing, a little bit too high, 1-1 count. And good job by Wertman to keep his head in the game and not swing at that. Count evens up. One apiece with one out. Wertman trying to bring in a run here. Pitch from Lundmark. Swung on towards left. Abelhausen there. He'll throw to first, and that easily gets Rusty Wertman out for out 2. So that'll send on Landon Goss, who already has a double tonight. And that double was able to really get Anthony Chavez in position. And then Josh Printer would finish it up with the RBI later on in that half inning in the top of the second. And that allowed Hastings to get out to that 1-0 lead, trying to tie this game, but with already 2 outs. Pitch on the way to Landon Goss. And a swing and a miss. Massive breaking ball from Lundmark. You could not pitch it better than that on that slider. 0-1 count. That's one of the better pitches you'll see from Garrett Lundmark. Put it right on that outside margin. Tried it again, this time a little bit too wide. The count evens up at 1 apiece. 1-1 with 2 outs. Pitch on the way, and he pushes it too far to the outside again, 2-1, but you have to admire Lundmark's strategy. Continues to go back to that well and try to push Landon Goss to swing at that. He'll likely try to center it up a little bit more here. Big Sticks infield keeping a tight look on this. And he does center it up for the strike. Count evens up at 2 apiece, as Garrett Lundmark must have heard me up here from the booth. And we have 2s across the board in the top of the 4th. And a chance to end it out in just a minute with a strikeout. Here it comes, and it's fouled well off towards the right area. And the count will stay at 2 apiece. 2-2 count with 2 outs for Landon Goss. Remember, Anthony Chavez in scoring position right now after the double he had earlier on in this half inning. The 2-2 with 2. And a swing and a miss. What an outside breaking ball from Garrett Lundmark. Absolute excellence here on the top of the 4th. He gets another strikeout, and that will be his 4th of the day already. He is having a virtuoso here in this one. We'll be right back after the break. The Big Sticks and the Sodbusters, 2-1 Badlands on top.
Make the most of your summer with a quick stop at Rosie's Food and Gas in South Dickinson. You'll find everything from live bait to lottery tickets. Pick up a hunting or fishing license, or even borrow a life jacket. Cool off with a for real ice cream shake, or pick up a snack on the way to the Big Sticks game. Rosie's Food and Gas, 1 block west of the Astoria Field in Dickinson.
The Eagles Club in downtown Dickinson is the best place to get together with your friends and enjoy a nice cold beverage any time of the day. They have weekly lunch specials from 11 to 1:30 and beer and wings Thursdays from 5 to 9. The Eagles is also available for your special event. Call now to reserve your date. You'll find everything the Eagles is planning on their Facebook page, and you can check out their monthly calendar to see all the entertainment and events going on. Whether you're looking for something different for lunch or something fun to do with your friends, try the Eagles in downtown Dickinson.
Are you ready for summer fun and adventure? Spend an exciting time at Badlands Ministries just south of Medora, where you'll grow in faith and have the time of your life. For over 90 years, Badlands Ministries has provided a safe place for people of all ages and denominations to experience Christ's love. Take a leap of faith and enjoy the many activities from ropes courses, fun Bible studies, crazy games, hiking, swimming, campfires, songs, skits, and more. Call or go to badlandsministries.org. See you at camp.
Welcome back to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark as Molas Buckmaster just won the hot dog eating championship here at DCB&T. Now that is what we call a Joey Chestnut level performance, as he absolutely put down that hot dog in a hurry. Fantastic eating skills, and you might have to send him to New York City next year. So we'll see Kobe Krenz is the leadoff hitter for the Badlands Big Sticks in this half inning. Number 8 in the lineup. It'll go Krenz, Abelhausen, and Matthew Lewis. Krenz with 26 at-bats on the year coming into this series, a 192 average. Already has a hit today. Jacob Suit still on the mound and falls away for a 1-0 count. A 69-mile-per-hour outside breaking ball, and a pitch that he has tried time and time again throughout this game. Definitely his signature. And again for the slider, too low and out of the way. Count goes to 2-0. Very close to getting in the zone, but couldn't quite manage it. Pitch into Krenz. And would you believe it, it's another outside slider. 3-0 count, and he's in danger of walking Kobe Krenz to first base without Krenz having to do much. And he does get the strike, just got it on the boundary. It was very close to being upstairs, but he was able to settle it down just in the nick of time. Can he get it to full here? No, swung on to shallow center field. And Kobe Krenz has hit number 2 today as he gets another single. 2 hits for Krenz, and he is lighting them up early on in this one. 2 for 2 thus far as Marcus Abelhausen will come on next. Krenz on first base. And Abelhausen, again, trying to be that incredibly efficient player that he's been throughout the course of this series. Krenz at first base, Abelhausen trying to join in on that party. Pitch from Suits, bunch shown, and it's a fair ball along the third base line. Abelhausen to first, cannot get there in time, but it was still a nice bunt that did get Kobe Krenz on to second. Back to the top of the order with the Big Sticks with Matthew Lewis, who already has 1 hit and 1 run tonight for Badlands. Kobe Krenz on second base, and right now Lewis wants to follow up on what he was able to do in his last plate appearance. He was scored by Keenan Proctor with an RBI double. And that one goes for a strike, an 0-1 count. And again, Jacob Suits shows his resourcefulness when it comes to left-handed batters, as he was able to take it to Matthew Lewis that time. 0-1 count. And it is low. Wortman just able to find it. The count will even up at 1 apiece, as he tried to go low and outside and couldn't quite fit it in there. And Lewis let it go past. And that one put in for a strike, a 1-2 count. And Jacob Suits starting to heat up in this at-bat, trying to force Matthew Lewis out of his comfort zone, and Lewis might have to try to swing at the next one as the sophomore outfielder from Black Diamond, Washington looks on. The Lower Columbia Community College product with 75 at-bats this past year. Swung on towards left, and a nice catch. What a catch by Printer, and that's a double play. A double play to end out the half inning as Josh Printer pulls out that inner OBJ with the catch, gets it to Taylor Gill for a double play on the Big Sticks. And the Sodbusters defense with their best play of the day. 5th inning ahoy. We'll be right back on the other side of this break.
Consolidated handles not only our phone service, our internet, our Wi-Fi, but they also handle our, as of lately, they took on our IT support and our cybersecurity. So it was exactly what we needed. It's been great. We haven't had any issues, but that is a good peace of mind when I leave and go home, and knowing that my business, my customer information, everything is secure and I don't have to worry about that.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, we're leaders in the egg industry. Our egg lenders grew up farming and ranching, and they understand egg operations.
With our agribusiness lending experience, we can help you with your financing.
We specialize in egg real estate, operating lines of credit, and cattle and machinery financing. To serve you, we need to hear you.
So stop by your local Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Back in Dickinson, North Dakota, 5th inning on the way as the Hastings Sodbusters defense with a double play to end out the bottom of the 4th and hold the Badlands Big Sticks to a shutout inning. Now the offense trying to channel that same inner explosiveness, and Josh Printer, the man who made the play, with a fantastic catch in the left outfield with an opportunity now to follow up on that. It'll be Printer, Tyler Welsh, and Kyle Hiltbrand, the leadoff hitters. 7, 8, 9 due up for Hastings. Printer out of Mountain Home, Arkansas, and Allen Community College, and has also played at Arkansas Little Rock in the past. Garrett Lundmark has had a sensational day today for the Badlands Big Sticks. 4 strikeouts and 1 walk. He has been very efficient on the mound, trying to keep that up. Looking on, pitch on the way. And it is going to go just to the left of the third base bag and fouled by Printer. Would have been a dangerous hit if he could have gotten it past that third base area. Troy Berg was playing off of it a little bit, and I think with that speed, it would have had a shot into that left field corner. 0-1 count. The Lundmark pitch, swing and a miss. 0-2 count as Garrett Lundmark put in a centered breaking ball, and he's got a chance at another strikeout. It would be his 5th K of the day. Trying to push it in. And cannot quite find the zone. A bit too far to the outside, but a nice effort. And Lundmark reminds you of just how quick he can zip in a breaking ball as he tried to put it past Printer. He's going to do it again. And this time it's a little bit less clear. Count evens up at 2 apiece. 2-2 count with no outs here in the top of the 5th inning. He'll look, he'll throw, and swung on, popped in the air. Fair ball, Berg to throw to first, and it is not going to be in time. Printer able to get to the bag just in the nick of time as Troy Iceberg couldn't quite get the handle on it, and also couldn't get the positioning as he tried to turn his body. And folks, positioning is everything when you're talking about throwing it back. That's exactly what happened to Troy Berg right there. As he tried to cut back to first, he didn't quite have his body underneath him, and when he threw, he couldn't quite get the power to get the out. So Josh Printer now with his first proper hit of the day to go along with an RBI. Tyler Welsh, the next man up. The Lundmark pitch, swung on right past him. Krenz there, he'll tag the man. And on to first base quickly will be Tyler Welsh, but Krenz had to go low to the ground and take care of Josh Printer, as Printer did everything he could to try to avoid that. But it was delivered right to Krenz. And that will send on Kyle Hiltbrand, the right fielder, number 9 in the lineup for the Hastings Sodbusters. He'll have a 1-out pitch as the Western Oregon product will make another plate appearance. Welsh at first, trying to rectify for the way that last play ended. And this one fouled to the left of the home plate area. Count goes to 0-1 with 1 out for the Sodbusters. He'll play in the right fielder today, as he has been throughout this series. A 246 average entering this one, 17 hits, a triple, 11 RBIs, and 13 runs. Low and brought down by Huddle, tried to go back to first, but decided to think better of it and keep it within his mitt. A 1-1 count for Lundmark. Sodbusters trying to tie and put in perfectly. 1-2 count, 73 mile per hour outside breaking ball by Garrett Lundmark. And that one right over the top of the bat of Kyle Hiltbrand. Fantastic positioning, nothing Kyle could do about that one. Almost got him again. This time a little bit too far to the outside from Garrett Lundmark. The count weaving up at 2 apiece. 2-2 with 1 out. Trying to get another strikeout. And time is going to be called by Hiltbrand. He'll take a moment to consider his next course of action. You don't want to make a play where one of the two people in play for the Sodbusters offense is an automatic out. You want to give both of those players a chance. And that goes for a ball. And the count will go full. 3-2 and 1 out. Payoff pitch on the way from Lundmark to Kyle Hiltbrand. Can Lundmark send it in on its way? Here it comes. And he walked him on to first as Kyle Hiltbrand, as Garrett Lundmark issues a rare walk in this game. That's only his second of the day. And there are now 2 runners on base for the Hastings Sodbusters as we go back to the top of the order with Taylor Gill. So Hastings threatening now, perhaps in their best position that they've had in a good bit, probably since the top of the second. And Gill the lefty on. Pitch from Lundmark, bunch shown, and it goes directly into the net for a foul ball. 0-1 count. So Lundmark watched it go past. The freshman right-handed pitcher from Spokane, Washington, out of Spokane Falls Community College. In his second season with the Big Sticks, had a 3.60 ERA with them last year and 11 strikeouts. And that goes for another strike, an 0-2 count. And Garrett, of course, had a huge legacy to live up to with his brother Carson also playing for the Big Sticks in the past and a legend in this community. Garrett certainly well on his way to potentially reaching those heights. As that one goes to the outside for 1-2, tried to fit it in the seam, and the fastball was just a little bit too low. 1-2 count. Runners at first and second here for Hastings. Trying to make Gill 0 for 3 tonight. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled over the left field wall. And the count will stay at 1-2. Right now, right field would be the ideal situation for Taylor Gill, and that is exactly what he can provide. The Big Sticks are trying to defend it pretty closely, though. Infield playing up. Gill is going to send one towards left, and it's fouled, and it goes over the left field fence again and into the golf cart. Count stays at 1-2. Taylor Gill trying to get out of the slump that he's been in for most of this series and make solid contact with the baseball from Lundmark. The 1-2, and he's going to throw back to second, and quickly making it over there is the man on second base for the Sodbusters, and Tyler Welsh, just able to find it in time. He and Hiltbrand currently the base runners for Hastings. Taylor Gill waiting. And he fouls it into the backstop, and the count will stay at 1-2. But Hastings playing very methodical here, trying to play their style of baseball and not let this game be a track meet. Instead, you want to make this game more of a capitalization of opportunities. Take advantage of those moments that mean the most for your team and seize that to get the momentum, even if they're few and far between. And this one sent on to the first base dugout as it is again fouled by Taylor Gill. A bevy of foul balls that Gill has made as of late, but it is working out in his favor, keeping him up to bat. And he's trying to force Garrett Lundmark into a mistake. We'll see if Lundmark tries a breaking ball or goes for the fastball here. Breaking ball has done great things for him so far. Pitch on the way. It is a fastball, and it's driven deep to right field. And the catch will be made by Cam Crater for out 2. Looks solid for Gill, but he still can't quite get that deep shot without it being caught by a Big Sticks outfielder. Lane Shears, the next man up, the center fielder. Hastings still with 2 runners on base, but they are in danger of stranding both of those men if Lane Shears cannot come up with a base hit right here. Shears, the center fielder, trying to add on to what he did last night. He had 1 run and 1 hit for 250 average. Swing and a miss, 0-1 count. Shears went for everything and caught nothing but air on that pitch by Garrett Lundmark. Hastings entering this game with a 13-33 record overall on the season, trying to get to win number 14 and beat the Big Sticks for the first time here at DCB&T and for the first time this season overall. Went right over. Oh my gracious! No, Kobe! That man had a family. Oh my goodness! No! Oh my gosh! That was simply unbelievable. That ball got blasted like the Silverdome, but Kobe Krenz must be channeling his inner SpongeBob because that was the best day ever in a catch. The Badlands Big Sticks hold to their 2-1 lead as Kobe Krenz makes the greatest catch at DCB&T of the year. We'll be right back after the break.
I wonder how much my car is worth. I just don't drive it anymore.
Dan Porter Motors will buy it.
I'm tired of my old car. I just want something different.
Dan Porter Motors will buy it.
What about boats and campers?
Dan Porter Motors will buy it. Now, for a limited time, Dan Porter Motors will give you the most for your car, boat, pickup, camper, motorcycle, jet ski, tractor. You get the picture. Just stop in, give them the keys, and they'll write you a check. It's that simple. See Dan Porter Motors, 58601.
Big Boy Toys.
Challenges and struggles are part of everyday life for all of us. At Infinity Real Estate Group, we don't back down and we take it all in stride.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
In these struggles, there are no mistakes, only life lessons. We may not be that good at some things, but we do excel in real estate. We are Infinity Real Estate Group. Experience the Infinity way.
Welcome back to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark after that SC Top 10 play by Kobe Krenz. And now the Badlands Big Sticks trying to use that momentum to their advantage. Troy Iceberg, the leadoff hitter in this half inning, as it'll be Berg, Keenan Proctor, and Danny Rogers trying to take it to Jacob Suits. Swung on to right field, and this one is caught. Another fantastic catch. This time it's Kyle Hiltbrand on the slide job who takes out Troy Berg. Here's a look at it with this Cornerstone Bank replay as he brought it down. Man, what a catch that was. Tell you what, these defenses are showing out all of a sudden. Keenan Proctor, the next man up. Proctor, number 3 in the lineup, already has 2 hits, a double, an RBI, and a run today. Pitch from Suits, and that one will go wide, and it's a 1-0 count with 1 out. Keenan Proctor has been incredibly efficient today for the Badlands Big Sticks. as it goes to the outside, and the count evens up at 1 apiece. And you wonder if the Badlands Big Sticks can seize the moment right now, or if this Hastings Sodbusters defense can find the form they need. This one sent over towards right. A good grounding play and an easy tap of the bag for out 2 by Landon Goss. Takes out Keenan Proctor, and Danny Rogers will be the next man up. The final leadoff hitter in this half inning, and number 4 in the lineup in the cleanup spot today. The RBI machine is ready to go. He'll be waiting on the pitch from Jacob Suits as the Hastings Sodbusters potentially with an opportunity. Can they get the strikeout on Rogers and bring this game to the 6th inning? Swung on, and again it's Gauze, and might have just had deja vu there because that looked like the exact same play. Danny Rogers out for out number 3, and the Big Sticks get 1, 2, 3 to the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back for the 6th inning on the other side of this break.
World-renowned YouTube chef Lamise O brings her authentic Caribbean cuisine to the Dickinson area. Island Cuisine is open in the St. Joe's Plaza with available takeout and dine-in options. You'll find their entire menu on Facebook or call 483-9918 to place a pickup order. Enjoy incredible dishes like brown stew chicken or everyone's favorite, Rasta pasta. Call now to order or stop in. Island Cuisine, located in St. Joe's Plaza, Dickinson.
Favorite thing about my street?
My co-op.
It isn't just about electricity. It's about power.
The power of information.
About safety, efficiency,
Technology.
I am the co-op.
I am the co-op.
and the co-op
Is me.
The Hub in North Dickinson is more than your ordinary convenience store. From Godfather's Pizza and the Hub Cafe to gourmet coffee, tea, and more. Stop by early for breakfast or grab something to go. We carry a variety of donuts that we make fresh every day. If your vehicle is dirty, we now have a state-of-the-art car wash at both locations. Stop in and see what we have to offer at the Hub located on North Highway 22 or the Hub West Dakota Oil on East Villard in Dickinson. We're changing the way people think about the convenience store industry.
Welcome back to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark as we are now in the top of the 6th inning between the Big Sticks and the Sodbusters. And Garrett Lundmark, who was out here not that long ago, is back out once again as Hastings had a very efficient 1-2-3 inning defensively and still only trailed 2-1 to the Badlands Big Sticks in this final home game of the year for Badlands in the regular season. Hastings trying to steal it and spoil the party. Badlands has not scored since the bottom of the 4th, and Hastings has not scored since the top of the 2nd. Both of these teams trying to change that right now. Cale Jensen will be the leadoff hitter in this half inning, as it'll be Jensen, Anthony Chavez, and Rusty Wertman, 3, 4, 5 due up for Hastings. Lundmark will get ready on the next pitch. Only a few more innings for Hastings to potentially take this one back. Garrett Lundmark now at 79 pitches, closing in on 80 for the Badlands Big Sticks. So he will reach that limit relatively soon. Only has 25 pitches until he reaches the 105 limit. Pitch on the way to Jensen, who can be a force and tie this game. To the outside, and that's ball 1, a 1-0 count. As Lundmark tried on the outside pitch, but couldn't quite get it to stick. Might go to the breaking ball well here. He does, and it's low of the zone for a 2-0. Garrett Lundmark has issued 2 walks tonight, and when you're dealing with Cale Jensen, sometimes you don't want to bat it or pitch it directly at him. And that's a perfect example of what you got to do against him. Breaking ball for a strike and a 2-1 count at 72 miles per hour. Here's another one. And this one fouled off towards the first base dugout. And that will even the count at 2 apiece. 2-2 count for Jensen. And another chance for this Big Sticks defense. Swung on high and away towards left. Back into the infield it goes. Abelhausen comes over and makes the catch easily. Out number one quickly on Cale Jensen as he gets retired. Anthony Chavez, the next man up. Chavez thus far with 1 hit and 1 double for the Hastings Sodbusters in this game. Trying to add to that right here. And the Barbie song plays, and big weekend at the theaters. Oppenheimer and Barbie both coming out, so you know that whole conversation. Pitch on the way from Lundmark. And too far to the inside. It was almost a hit by a pitch. Very nearly grazed Chavez, but he was able to watch it go right past, and the count goes to 1-0. Pitch from Lundmark. Swung on over the net, and the ball will go foul. Oh my goodness. It went off of somebody, and looks like whoever it was is okay. One of our fans out there. Looks like it went off the back of her upper back, I believe. But it looks like she's okay, so good to see. 1-1 count. Low and away. And that was a late breaking ball by Lundmark. Count goes to 2-1. He tried to fit it in the zone in the corner, but couldn't quite manage it. 2-1 count. Another pitch. Swung right to him. No, sir. Out 2. Ha-ha, what a play by Lundmark as he immediately grabbed that one. Anthony Chavez thought he had a shot, but he was immediately put on a stop sign by that man, Garrett Lundmark. Great to see that Cornerstone Bank replay. And now Rusty Wertman on with a 2-out pitch on the way. After that great play from Lundmark, looking to 1-2-3 the Sodbusters. Low and away for ball 1. He's throwing a lot of low pitches here in this half inning, trying to see if the Sodbusters will swing at it, or if the home plate umpire will give him the benefit of the doubt. Thus far, neither has happened. 1-0. Here's the pitch. And that goes for ball 2 and a 2-0 count with 2 outs on the 85-mile-per-hour pitch. Tried to put it in low. Here comes again. And that goes for a strike. 86 miles per hour. See if Lundmark dials up that fastball once again. This one fouled off. Towards the first base dugout it goes, and the count will be even at 2 apiece. We have 2s across the board in the top of the 6th. And a chance for Garrett Lundmark to end out this half inning with his 5th strikeout of the game. Maintain the Big Sticks lead of 2-1. Here comes the windmill. Swung on into right field. Perfect shot into the gap. And that will be a single for Rusty Wertman, who's having a pretty good day today. 2 hits already. Perfect shot into that right field gap, where only he has been able to find it really today for Hastings. As Landon Gause, who does have a double as well, will be the next man up. So Wertman comes through on a 2-out pitch, and now Gause with his 3rd plate appearance of the day out of UC Irvine in Moore Park, California, waiting. Breaking ball and a strike. 0-1 count. Garrett Lundmark excelling with these right-handed batters. It's a lot like Jacob Suits. When it comes to certain batters, he does better. This one's fouled off, and the count is quickly 0-2. 0-2 and 2 outs. And another chance at the Lundmark K. And he's apparently the popcorn pitcher now. This one swung on deep to right center. Crater's racing to it. Crater wants it. Crater's got it. Out number 3 for the Badlands Big Sticks, as they once again slam the door on the Sodbusters offense to keep the score 2-1 and maintain their lead. We'll be right back after the break. The Badlands Big Sticks with a chance to stretch the lead.
Clogged or slow-moving drains are no match for Josh and his licensed techs at Unplugged Drain Cleaning of Dickinson. They provide 24-hour service to solve all your sewer problems, using only the best equipment along with the latest drain camera technology to resolve issues while maintaining the integrity of your pipes. They take pride in thoroughly explaining your options, providing free estimates and great service, and making sure your issues are resolved permanently. Contact Unplugged Drain Cleaning at 701-290-9737 or online at unpluggeddrains.com.
Western Cooperative Credit Union is your local loan headquarters. Thinking about a new car or truck, ATV, boat, or RV? We'll make the process quick and easy. Call us today. Western Cooperative Credit Union. 85 years the Western way. Western Cooperative Credit Union is dedicated to offering you the best financial services around. We're local, we're personal, and we're great at what we do for you. Join the herd. Western Cooperative Credit Union. 85 years the Western way.
West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company proudly offers products and services that help fuel our customers' lives with clean-burning propane and bulk fuel and convenient on-site delivery with premium farm and road fuels. We provide energy where and when you need it most, with locations throughout Southwest North Dakota. West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company, locally owned, locally strong. The products you need with the service you
Welcome back to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. Joe Osborne will be the leadoff hitter for the Badlands Big Sticks in this half inning, as the Hastings Sodbusters trying to keep this one relatively close. And right now we will see if the Sodbusters will try anything new on defense. Jacob Suits still on the mound. He's done a pretty good job of limiting the Big Sticks thus far. He's only given up runs in one half inning, that being the bottom of the third. Besides that, it has been 4 shutouts, but he's going to need a 5th right here on the Big Sticks to keep the Sodbusters within relative striking distance. Osborne, the leadoff hitter. It'll be him, Isaac Huddle, and Cam Crater due up 5, 6, 7 for Badlands. So here comes Osborne. Already has 1 hit and 1 RBI today. Those in 2 separate plate appearances. 1 for 2, and the Doane University product out of Hickman, Nebraska, looking to make really good things happen in this next plate appearance. Let's see how Jacob Suits deals with him. And this one swung on to right, and that's a fair ball into the right field corner. Osborne coming around to second, and Osborne will stop at second base for a double. Crazy train rolling yet again. His second hit of the day. He's now made contact with the baseball in all of his plate appearances. 2 hits, 1 RBI, 1 double today, as Huddle is on the double next. Isaac Huddle out of North Iowa Area Community College in Mandan, North Dakota. Osborne at second base, and the Big Sticks trying to get out of the funk here in the bottom of the 6th. Huddle has been somewhat quiet in this series thus far, but he could change all of that with a big shot right here. Another lefty for the Big Sticks as he watches it go for a strike. 0-1 count, and another nice pitch from Suits. Right between the numbers of Rusty Wortman. 0-1 count. Osborne in scoring position, and we know he is very quick when given a chance. To the outside, and the count will be 1-1, evened up on Isaac Huddle, as Wortman tried to push it, but could not quite get it in the nick of time. And well to the outside, and boy, Rusty Wortman did a good job of shifting his body over there to make that catch. That would have been a wild pitch into the backstop that Osborne would have easily capitalized on and gotten into the hot corner. Close call that time for Jacob Suits and this Sodbusters defense. And now Isaac Huddle can maybe use that. 2-1 count. Low into the zone and away from the zone. 3-1 count. Tried to force it low, and now he is in danger of potentially walking Huddle onto first base. Would put 2 runners on base for the Big Sticks. And that will go for a strike. No, they say he walked it. My apologies. Huddle on to first base, and the Badlands Big Sticks now with 2 base runners. So a walk is issued by Jacob Suits. That is his 3rd of the day, and they now outweigh the strikeouts. 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. Cam Crater, the next man up, with runners on first and second, and Joel Shipper is coming out of the first base dugout. So we'll see what he wants to do with Jacob Suits right here. No action currently in the Sodbusters bullpen, so this is likely a let's settle this down meeting. Meeting on the mound for Hastings, as they are in danger of quickly letting this Big Sticks lead get overwhelming and out of hand yet again. They've played a pretty good game to keep pace with the Badlands Big Sticks overall. Down just 1 run here in the bottom of the 6th. Remember that they only lost by 1 run in yesterday's game number 2 to lose the series. Trying to get to win number 14 and bring that momentum back down to Hastings, Nebraska, to potentially use that to take the outright series against the Big Sticks.
You have many
to a potential home series sweep. Trying to keep pace with the Casper Spuds. If you're just joining us, they did win earlier today 7-5 on the Oahe Zap. So they complete the series sweep at home. Big Sticks want to do the same. Bunt by Crater, a perfect bunt along the left field line, and that will be bases loaded for Badlands. Perfect bunt by Cam Crater. You couldn't ask for a better one, and he gets his first hit of the day on that with Kobe Krenz, the next man up. He's already made highlights tonight for the Badlands Big Sticks, and he's now got bases loaded here. Cam Crater, the bunt along the 3rd base line, has put the Big Sticks in great position. Now can Krenz clean it up? Still no outs, bases loaded. Jacob Suits is in some trouble. Kobe already has 2 hits today. Pitch to Krenz, swung on, fouled, and the count will be 0-1 over the light pole and into the parking lot. Krenz is having maybe the game of the year for himself offensively, as he has helped the Badlands Big Sticks to pull away with this game more often than not. Trying to be that difference maker yet again. Launched and a strike. 0-2 count, and a nice pitch from Jacob Suits that just settled down along the upper region of the zone. And he's got a chance at a big strikeout on Kobe Krenz right here. But the crowd trying to will on the local product to have him give them one last highlight. Swung on towards right field. Bloop shot is going to set down. Coming home, this could be a run for the Big Sticks, and it will. A sacrifice fly for Kobe Krenz, and a run scored for Joe Osborne. The Big Sticks extend the lead to 2 runs. Krenz gets his first RBI of the day. And now Marcus Abelhausen will be the next man up. Runners on first and second for the Badlands Big Sticks. As Cam Crater at second, Isaac Huddle at second, Cam Crater at first. Now Abelhausen the shortstop on with a 3-1 Big Sticks lead. Looking back, pitch in to the outside for ball 1. 1-0 count as Abelhausen let it go by. And the Big Sticks have a big opportunity to slam the door in the bottom of the 6th and really pull away with this victory here at home. Hastings defense is going to have to be alert. Pitch from Suits to the outside for ball 2, and a 2-0 count on a 68-mile-per-hour pitch. Definitely in dangerous territory, and Marcus Abelhausen looking to exploit that. Abelhausen swung on a foul, and this one will be out of play and towards the Big Sticks bullpen. Count will be 2-1 for Marcus. Number 9 in the lineup today. He was the leadoff hitter yesterday for the Badlands Big Sticks and was able to take it to Hastings despite not having the most hits overall that night. Still a very efficient player offensively who can present some danger. 2-1. The Suits pitch. And that one is low and towards the outside for ball 3. 3-1 count and 1 out as he tried to force it into the zone. And that could spring Abelhausen on a walk that would load the bases yet again for the Big Sticks. In his 6th inning of play, his Suits swung and missed. That's a strike. What a pitch by Jacob Suits, and the count goes full as Abelhausen kind of tried to force that one and almost got way off the block. Full count and 1 out. Chance to strike him out and get out number 2. Payoff pitch in the bottom of the 6th. Swung on, and it goes into shallow center. Perfect shot, and coming around to home plate is going to be Huddle. The Big Sticks have a 4-1 lead, and Marcus Abelhausen has an RBI single with his first hit of the day. Huddle comes around for the run, and the Big Sticks extend the lead to 4-1 on the Hastings Sodbusters. They have opened up the can, and they are absolutely taking it to Hastings right now. Runners in the corners now for the Big Sticks, as Matthew Lewis has a chance for hit number 2 and to really put the Sodbusters in a tough spot. You see the catcher, Rusty Wertman, and actually time is going to be called by Joel Schipper. And this could be the pitching change for the Sodbusters, and it will be. Pitcher coming out of the mound for Hastings, and that'll be the end of the day for Jacob Suits, who had a rough end, gave up 2 hits, or rather 2 runs here in the bottom of the 6th. And the Big Sticks were able to take it to him late, although still a very solid performance overall. So it looks as though that'll be the end for Jacob Suits, as we already see a new pitcher coming out. And Suits still having a long conversation. And I think he might be arguing that he thinks he should stay in there a little bit longer. Still talking to Schipper. And it looks like now he is going to be coming out of the game. So new pitcher coming on for Hastings. That'll do it for Jacob Suits. We'll be right back after this break. The Big Sticks extending their lead to 4-1.
Co-pilots in life. And for 4 generations, we've been happy to help keep you on the road with all of them. Whether it's your first vehicle or your 10th, we're proud to be at your side when you need us. Think of us as the co-pilot that keeps you in the driver's seat. We've been proud to be by your side for 100 years. Here's to the next 100. Sachs Motor Company in Dickinson, North Dakota.
Just-In Glass specializes in windshield replacement and repair. With over 20 years experience in the auto glass business, Just-In Glass works with all insurance companies and deductibles. We have the best cash prices in town. We also offer camera recalibration in shop, so there's no longer any need to go to a dealership after a windshield replacement. Add to that our windshield warranty program, and Just-In Glass is the only place you'll need to stop.
Drive by the rest, then come to the best. Just-In Glass.
Make the most of your summer with a quick stop at Rosie's Food and Gas in South Dickinson. You'll find everything from live bait to lottery tickets. Pick up a hunting or fishing license, or even borrow a life jacket. Cool off with a for real ice cream shake, or pick up a snack on the way to the Big Sticks game. Rosie's Food and Gas, 1 block west of the Astoria Field in Dickinson.
Back in Dickinson, North Dakota here in the bottom of the 6th inning between the Big Sticks and Sodbusters. Nico Riera now on the bump for Hastings. He's seen limited action on the year, but he's still a guy who absolutely has had experience with the Big Sticks, has played against them as a pitcher earlier on in the year. This far, Riera with 8 2/3 innings pitched, an 0-2 record, 1 save, 10 hits, 13 runs given up, 9 walks issued, 14 strikeouts, and an 11.42 ERA. So we'll go back to the top of the order with Matthew Lewis as they are singing "Don't Stop Believin'" here at DCB&T. It's all smiles right now. The Big Sticks have put 2 runs on the board here in the bottom of the 6th to extend their lead to 3 runs, and right now the Sodbusters are on the ropes. Just like last night, it almost seems as though 1 inning has made all the difference. And now the Big Sticks with a chance to bring it in even further. Only one out thus far here in the bottom of the 6th. Runners in the corners as Matthew Lewis is on at home plate. Lewis already with 1 hit and 1 run on the night for the Badlands Big Sticks. Looking to add to his collection and put a runner home for Badlands. Cam Crater currently in the hot corner. Back Marcus Abelhausen at first. Pitch on the way, bunch shown, retracted, throw to second, and Abelhausen gets there in time. Stolen base for the Big Sticks as the second baseman Taylor Gill and the shortstop Josh Printer could not make the play. Here's the look at it. There's the tried bunt. Gets back just in the nick of time. Watch the bobble from Printer, and that is what cost him. Abelhausen might have made it regardless, but it did not help matters for the Hastings Sodbusters. 0-1 count for Matthew Lewis. Breaking ball high towards the outside mark, and it's 1-1. 1-1 and 1 out for Lewis. Right field's wide open right now, as is left. Infield playing up a little bit closer here. Trying to keep an eye on any Lewis shot. Big Sticks now with 2 runners in scoring position here in the bottom of the 6th. And a chance to once again capitalize and come away with the series sweep here at DCB&T in the final home series of the season. Pitch to Lewis towards the inside, almost a hit by, and that will bring it to a 3-1 count. 3-1 and 1 out on that plus 80 mile per hour pitch. Chance to strike out Lewis, but he's gonna have to get 2 more strikes. And right now Lewis is not the kind of guy who's going to let that come easily. 3-1 count. Lewis fouls one off and it will go full. So Lewis does give him a chance. And now a full count payoff pitch with 1 out for the top man in the lineup. Could be a big moment here for Nico Riera. Trying to get his first strikeout of the game, and the first at-bat he comes in. Here it is. And too far to the inside, he walked him. And now bases loaded for the Big Sticks yet again. So Riera issues the walk as Troy Berg will be the next man coming on. Lewis has walked to first base, and the Big Sticks with a chance to add to their lead. 9 total hits for Badlands tonight, and how apropos would it be for hit number 10 to be a deep shot to extend this lead? Let's see if Troy Berg can do it. Was clutch as a pitcher last night, trying to do the same as a hitter today. That one zipped in low and outside for a 1-0 count with 1 out, 87 miles per hour. Keenan Proctor currently on deck for the Badlands Big Sticks. He'll be another guy to watch out for if they can look for and get a deep shot. Settles down, that's a strike. Nice breaking ball from Riera, and the count evens up at 1 apiece. 75 miles per hour on that last pitch. Can he take out Troy Berg and get out number 2 right here? Fouled off and towards the first base dugout for a 1-2 count. 1-2 and 1 out, and a chance to get Troy Berg out of the game with a strikeout for Nico Riera. And that would be huge in a bases loaded situation. You could prevent a sacrifice fly from being anything to worry about. Pitch on. Swung on to right, and that will be fouled as it goes over the garden and into the parking lot, out of play. Broken Glass City again in Dickinson. A 1-2 count with 1 out for Berg. Can Troy Berg deliver a dagger and a deep shot? Outside bobble by Wertman. He's able to bring it in on that outside margin. Count goes to 2-2 with 1 out. As again, you continue to give Troy Berg ample opportunity to make something happen here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pitch from Riera, swung deep to left field. This one back towards the wall, and it's going to bounce off of the wall. Coming home are a bevy of Big Sticks, 1 and 2, and the Big Sticks ride the train to 2 more runs. Troy Iceberg, colder than Antarctica once again with an RBI double. A 2-run double for Berg, and the Big Sticks have extended the lead to 6-1. And right now, things get that much more despondent for the Hastings Sodbusters. Matthew Lewis in the hot corner, Berg at second base. Still 2 runners in scoring position. As the Big Sticks putting themselves in a prime spot. Swung on, and oh man, that one was almost fair and could have been massive. 0-1 count and 1 out, but Keenan Proctor has been ultra dangerous today, and he almost did it again. By the way, Crater and Abelhausen came in on that last play, and now Proctor already has 2 hits, a double, an RBI, and a run, trying to add to that with a hit. Towards the inside, and the count evens up at 1 apiece. We entered this game 2-1, but the Hastings Sodbusters have let things slip away here in the bottom of the 6th. And right now the Big Sticks have a chance to really shut the door if they haven't already. Pitch to Proctor, low and inside, and that brings it to a 2-1 with 1 out. And time called as Kyle Hiltbrand was retrieving a ball from the right field corner, trying to make sure that it was out of the way. And you've got to limit wild pitches as well if you're Nico Riera right here. Could be dangerous. Pitch on the way, high and upstairs, and that will go for ball 3. 3-1 count and 1 out on an 88-mile-per-hour pitch. And they could load the bases again if Riera were to walk Keenan Proctor. Can Proctor deliver, or will he even have a chance to? Low and away, he walked him, and now Proctor on to first base as the Big Sticks have bases loaded once again. That is Riera's second walk in his limited time already. Proctor on to first, and Danny Rogers, the next man up. Bases loaded in the bottom of the 6th for the Badlands Big Sticks. Still only 1 out, and Rogers with a chance for another grand salami here at home. He already has 1 this year. That was in the first home game of the season. Wouldn't it be something if he did it again in the final one? Bases loaded, 1 out. And Rogers watches it go low for ball 1 and a 1-0 count. And right now, the last thing you want if you're Nico Riera is to give up that grand salami to Danny Rogers. That all but seals it for the Big Sticks. Rogers trying to shift that. 1-0. And that one is to the outside for ball 2. Trying to get Rogers to bite at one of those outside pitches. And mostly to keep it away from his powerful bat that we can know can absolutely smoke the baseball if given half a chance. He does not have a hit yet today, though. Was the player of the game last night for Badlands in their 6-5 victory. Trying to show that medal again. Swings one and easily caught. It's the shortstop, Josh Printer, and there will be no fairy tale grand slam for Rogers this time. Instead, it'll be Joe Osborne with 2 outs. Osborne, the next man up. He already has 2 hits, an RBI, a double, and a run. As we've almost come full circle in this half inning for the Badlands Big Sticks. Osborne, the number 5 man in the lineup, looking to make good on this plate appearance. Base is still loaded. Pitch from Riera. Osborne smokes one into left, and it's going to be a foul ball. Man, that one looked dangerous. And that's one that Joe Osborne wishes would have curved a little bit more outside. That's going to be a tough pill to swallow, but he still has another chance. That would have been home run number 2 against the Hastings Sodbusters. 0-1 and 2 outs. And that one well to the inside for ball 1 and a 1-1 count. And right now for Nico Riera and the Sodbusters defense, you don't have to worry about a sacrifice fly or a sacrifice bunt here. All you've got to do is just get the out, get out of this half inning before things get any worse with bases loaded. Big Sticks really trying to put this away. Osborne sends one for a foul ball, a roller along third base, and an easy out for Anthony Chavez. So no grand slam for the Big Sticks this time. Instead, they come up empty, but they do put 4 runs on the board in a magical bottom of the 6th. Big shots from Kobe Krenz, Marcus Appelhausen, and Troy Berg, among others. 4 total runs, Big Sticks on top 6-1.
The Eagles Club in downtown Dickinson is the best place to get together with your friends and enjoy a nice cold beverage any time of the day. They have weekly lunch specials from 11 to 1:30 and beer and wings Thursdays from 5 to 9. The Eagles is also available for your special event. Call now to reserve your date. You'll find everything the Eagles is planning on their Facebook page, and you can check out their monthly calendar to see all the entertainment and events going on. Whether you're looking for something different for lunch or something fun to do with your friends, try the Eagles in downtown Dickinson.
Are you ready for summer fun and adventure? Spend an exciting time at Badlands Ministries just south of Medora, where you'll grow in faith and have the time of your life. For over 90 years, Badlands Ministries has provided a safe place for people of all ages and denominations to experience Christ's love. Take a leap of faith and enjoy the many activities from ropes courses, fun Bible studies, crazy games, hiking, swimming, campfires, songs, skits, and more. Call or go to badlandsministries.org. See you at camp.
Consolidated handles not only our phone service, our internet, our Wi-Fi, but they also handle our, as of lately, they took on our IT support and our cybersecurity. So it was exactly what we needed. It's been great. We haven't had any issues, but that is a good peace of mind when I leave and go home and knowing that my business, my customer information, everything is secure and I don't have to worry about that.
Welcome back to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark for the top of the 7th inning between the Big Sticks and the Sodbusters. Moses Dokes on the mound for Badlands as the Big Sticks inch closer to a series sweep against the Sodbusters for the 2nd time this season at home. Moses Dokes trying to keep the pace going and keep it on the Hastings Sodbusters. Josh Printer and Tyler Welsh will be the leadoff hitters in this half inning. Printer, Welsh, and Kyle Hildbrand. That'll be 7, 8, 9, and Hastings trying to find answers after the Big Sticks put up 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th. And we'll see Printer coming on. Moses Dokes, the local product from Dickinson State, trying to take it to Josh Printer right here. The Big Sticks looking to seal the series sweep with a couple of impressive defensive innings. Printer has 1 RBI and 1 hit total on the game. Waiting on the Dokes pitch. Moses has struggled at times in the past, but he has a prime opportunity to hold Hastings firm here. Pitch from Dokes, high and away, and that goes for ball 1, a 1-0 count. Dokes with 3 innings pitched on the year, 5 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks issued, 2 strikeouts, a 9.33 ERA. Swung on, fouled, and it quickly goes towards the first base dugout for a 1-1. Again, the last home game of the regular season for the Badlands Big Sticks, and it could be the last home game of the season period if they are unable to make the ILB Championship Series. Very crucial time. Pitch from Dokes. Low and outside for a strike. 1-2. Perfect breaking ball from Moses Dokes. And this is when he can get into a rhythm and really stymie any opposing hitters. Printer has been great tonight, but can he be great enough here? Pitch again. Fouled into the net, and the count will stay at 1-2. Limited action from Dokes. He originally wasn't going to see a lot of action this season, but time has changed, and he has gotten on the mound more often than not. And a player who's been with the Big Sticks for a bit now. And a swing and a miss, and Moses Dokes gets a strikeout on a high pitch. He baited Printer into it, and he got him hook, line, and sinker. Here's a look at it with this bank replay. And man, yeah, just fit it over the top of his bat. That's a Dokes strikeout, thanks to Cornerstone Bank for that. And Dokes has his first K of the day. In the first at-bat, he comes in the game. So Printer gets struck out. Tyler Welsh, the DH, the next man on. As time will be called, baseball has went into the right field area. So Cam Crater will work to retreat that. And he throws it over the right field wall. 1-out pitch on the way. Tyler Welsh looking for hit number 1 today for Hastings. They have 5 hits total. Swung deep to left, and that one settles down for a base hit. Welsh on to first base, and Hastings gets a single with their number 2 man in the lineup here in the top of the 7th. So Welsh gets a single, and Kyle Hiltbrand, the next man up. Out of Atascadero, California, and Western Oregon, he's been a pretty good right fielder today. And now has a chance to maybe at least have Hastings chip away at this 5-run lead that they are currently underneath. 1-out pitch. Dokes waiting, pitch in. Towards the outside for ball 1 and a 1-0 count on an 86-mile-per-hour shot. Dokes, and too far to the outside for a 2-0. Try to fit it in there. And that's the one thing about that breaking ball, especially when you deliver it so fast. You're sort of on the edge of control. We just saw that there. A little bit too far outside that time. The 2-0 count. A runner on first in Tyler Welsh. And swung over our press box for a foul ball on a 2-1 on an 86-mile-per-hour fastball. 2-1 count as Moses Dokes will ask for a new baseball from Isaac Huddle. And you can imagine as well that the Badlands Big Sticks might have other options in the bullpen they'll go to after Dokes. You have a couple of arms warming up in there currently. We'll see if either of them get on the field before all said and done. 2-1 count. Pitch from Dokes. And that's low and outside for ball 3. And it's a 3-1 count on an 86-mile-per-hour breaking ball. So Dokes in danger of walking the batter and putting 2 runners on base for the Hastings Sodbusters. And that one goes for a strike. Fitted in the zone perfectly on the 87-mile-per-hour shot. And now have a payoff pitch and 1 out with a chance for his second strikeout. He'll push it and send it. Swung on and fouled as it goes over the right field boundary. Count will stay full. We'll see how the Big Sticks infield and outfield accounts for any swing that comes their way. Could be a chance at a double play right here if it is played correctly. Instead, it's high and upstairs for a walk. And Kyle Hiltbrand is on to first base as the Hastings Sodbusters have 2 runners on base. Dokes now with a strikeout and a walk in this game. We go back to the top of the order with Taylor Gill, and Jordan Price is quickly making an escape from the third base dugout to talk to Moses Dokes. So we'll see what he wants to do with Dokes here. Probably just trying to make sure that he's in a good spot late. And Price going to have that conversation, let him know what needs to be done here in the top of the 7th, and make sure that the Big Sticks don't accidentally put the Sodbusters back into this game after what's been an incredible defensive performance. And really, between games 1 and 3, it has been some of the best defensive shots that the Big Sticks have had all year. Shut the Sodbusters out 8-0 in game 1. Only 1 run given up through 7 innings in this game. And trying to potentially sweep out the Hastings Sodbusters from Dickinson and go 6-0 at home against Hastings this year. Closer win last night, 6-5, but still found a way to get the job done. Runners on first and second for the Sodbusters. Pitch on the way to Taylor Gill. Here's Dokes leveling it in and swung on deep to left. That one is just fouled. That would have been absolutely monstrous for Taylor Gill and Hastings, as he had a big shot to bring 2 runners in, at least maybe for Hastings. Instead, an 0-1 count with 1 out. You do only have 1 runner in scoring position right now, but even still, it could be very dangerous for Gill and Hastings. Pitch from Dokes. Low and outside for ball 1 and a 1-1 count. Tyler Walsh currently at second. And Kyle Hilbrand at first base for the Hastings Sodbusters. Welsh with the hit and Hilbrand with a walk. 1 shot could change the entire complexion of this game for Hastings. To the outside for ball 2 and a 2-1 count. And for Badlands, they understand the prerogative and the urgency of this game right now, especially with how the Spuds won earlier today. Waiting to see how Spearfish does in their game against the Fremont Moo. And a 2-1 count. Swung on, popped high in the air, straight up in the air, into the stratosphere, and Hutto makes the catch. Hutto gets the job done and does a great job of locating that baseball. Despite how high in the air it flew up, came right down with it. Lane Shears the next man up. 2-out pitch, and the Big Sticks are 1 out away from bringing it to the 7th inning stretch. So can Lane Shears get the Sodbusters at least 1 or 2 runs in this half inning to draw the deficit closer and keep the Big Sticks on their toes? 2-out pitch from Dokes. And that one is high and outside for ball 1. And a 1-0 count with 2 outs on an 87-mile-per-hour pitch. Left field is likely where Lane Shears will try to angle this one. And that one drops down low. The Spearfish Sasquatch lost 2-4 to the Fremont Moo today. So the Big Sticks can go a full 2 games ahead of them with a potential win today in the series sweep. Although they won't gain any ground on the Casper Spuds, they do draw that little bit closer away from Spearfish. Pitch on the way. Put out on the outside, and it's a 3-0 count. And Dokes quickly in danger of loading the bases for the Hastings Sodbusters right here. This could be the last best shot for Hastings to try to come away with a victory here at DCB&T this season. Pitch from Dokes, and he did walk him. Second walk of this half inning. Already walked Kyle Hilbrand, and now he does the same to Lane Shears. So a strikeout and 2 walks here on the top of the 7th for the Big Sticks. And Cale Jensen, the next man up, the home run hitter. And if ever there were a time to get a grand slam, it would be right now for Hastings. Could bring it all the way back to a 1-run game. 2-out pitch from Dokes. Big Sticks outfield adjusting. Fastball, it's low for ball 1 and a 1-0 count. And that Big Sticks outfield is going to have to be incredibly attentive and ready to go in case one of these shots does go deep. Jensen knows what he can do. Outside, that's ball 2. Huddle able to corral it low. And any wild pitches have to be put in deep consideration right here for Hastings as well. Could potentially help them to even more runs. Low and away, and there is a wild pitch. It got through Huddle, and a run's going to come home. It's a 4-run game. It's Tyler Welsh who comes home. He had a hit to lead off earlier on in this inning, and he gets a run right there to make it a 4-run game. Wild pitch that gets away, and bases are no longer loaded. Instead, 2 runners in scoring position for Cale Jensen. Still a chance to make it a 1-run game with a home run. 3-0-2, and he could load the bases if he gets walked right here. And he will get walked. Bases loaded again for the Hastings Sodbusters, as that is the 2nd straight walk and the 3rd of this inning for Moses Stokes. Anthony Chavez, the next man up, already has 1 hit for a double earlier on today. Bases loaded still for the Sodbusters, and now a grand slam ties the game. Hastings trying to steal a victory here in Dickinson on a Sunday afternoon. 2-out pitch coming up. And that's high upstairs for ball 1. 1-0 count as Stokes tried to fit it into the seam. And again, right now he is really flirting with danger. Anthony Chavez, we've already talked a lot about him. A pretty good batting average and a lot of success already in this series. Does not have an RBI yet in this game though. And that goes for a strike. First one in a bit for Moses Stokes. And that's got to be a huge relief as he brings in an 86 mile per hour fastball. The count evens at 1. Remember, the Big Six need just 1 more out to end the top of the 7th right here. Stokes slings it, swung on, back deep into left center field, and this one will be caught. Matthew Lewis comes away with it, and the Big Sticks, despite bases loaded by the Sodbusters, deny them. Only 1 run scored in the top of the 7th. They still hold a 4-run lead. We'll be right back after the break.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, we're leaders in the egg industry. Our egg lenders grew up farming and ranching, and they understand egg operations.
With our agribusiness lending experience, we can help you with your financing.
We specialize in egg real estate, operating lines of credit, and cattle and machinery financing. To serve you, we need to hear you.
So stop by your local Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
My car is worth. I just don't drive it anymore.
Dan Porter Motors will buy it.
I'm tired of my old car. I just want something different.
Dan Porter Motors will buy it.
What about boats and campers?
Dan Porter Motors will buy it. Now, for a limited time, Dan Porter Motors will give you the most for your car, boat, pickup, camper, motorcycle, jet ski, tractor. You get the picture. Just stop in, give them the keys, and they'll write you a check. It's that simple. See Dan Porter Motors, 58601.
Welcome back after the 7th inning stretch here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. The Badlands Big Sticks trying to protect a 4-run lead over the Hastings Sodbusters here at home on a Sunday afternoon. Isaac Huddle will be the leadoff hitter for Badlands in this half inning. It'll go Huddle, Crater, and Kobe Krenz for Badlands, 6, 7, 8. And still on the mound for the Hastings Sodbusters is Nico Riera, trying to close this thing out and keep Hastings at least within striking distance. The freshman right-handed pitcher from Long Beach, California, another University of California Irvine product, and played out of St. John Bisco High School, where he had over 27 innings pitched, 20 strikeouts, and a 4.55 ERA. Isaac Huddle waiting. Pitch on from Riera. Huddle swings it along. That one fair. Nope, they're going to call it foul. Just away from that first base bag. Must have hopped to the outside of it. Probably a good thing. It would have been an easy out for Landon Gause, and I think he might be arguing his point there. 0-1 count. Big Sticks trying to add on some insurance runs to this already sweltering 4-run lead. Pitch in from Riera. Outside for ball one, and the count will even at 1 apiece. 1-1 with no outs on an 86-mile-per-hour forced fastball. Right now you've got to make it a quick half inning if you're Riera. Checked in, and that one goes for a ball, and a 2-1 count. Almost looked like the umpire thought about going strike, but instead decided to hold back and say it was a ball. 2-1 count. Isaac Huddle waiting. Pitch on the way, and he swings one over to center field. Throw to first, and the catch is made. Great adjustment by Taylor Gill, the second baseman, as he's able to quickly take out Huddle with a nice throw over to Landon Gause. Went cross-body that time. Cam Crater, the next man on, already with 1 hit and 1 run in this game, as he was brought in that electric bottom of the 6th for the Badlands Big Sticks, trying to do it again here in the bottom half of the 7th. Waiting on the pitch from Riera. Upstairs and inside 1-0. Couldn't quite get the angle on it. Crater did play last night as well for the Badlands Big Sticks. And he sends one for a foul over towards the third base dugout. Came into the series with 67 at-bats, a 224 average, 15 hits, a home run, 11 RBIs, and 19 runs total. And the Bossier City, Louisiana product in today watches it go by for ball 2 and a 2-1 count. Pitch to Crater. And again, it's high and away. He had to lean back to avoid a hit-by pitch, and the count goes to 3-1. Crater also played out of Valor Christian High School, and playing in his 2nd season here in Dickinson. Swings and misses, and the count will go full. 3-2 and 1 out, and a payoff pitch on the way here. And this could be a big shot at a Nico Riera strikeout. Can he get the job done? Pitch on the way, and popped high in the air. It's going to come back down over our press box and out of play once again. Count still full. By the way, plenty of action in the Big Sticks bullpen right now. We'll keep an eye on that to see if a new pitcher comes out in the top of the 8th. Crater slings one deep to left field. Back at the wall it goes. And it's going to bounce right in front of the wall. Crater's on to second, and Crater's got a double. Almost a monster home run for Cam Crater, but he does get a deep second hit and a massive shot, to say the least. A double for Crater, as Kobe Krenz will be the next man up. And that was big fortune for Cale Jensen, that one just stayed inside the yard, or that could have massively turned the game even bigger into the Big Sticks' favor. 1 out pitch on the way to Krenz. 2 hits and 1 RBI already. Watching it go from Riera, and it's too far to the inside, and Crater is now into the hot corner. Went over the back of Krenz and had to be retrieved quickly by Rusty Wertman. And now the Big Sticks have a chance to put their 7th run in. It's currently at third base with Crater. He already has 1 run tonight, and if Kobe Krenz can get his 2nd RBI, he will have run number 2, and the Big Sticks will recapture a 5-run lead. The Dickinson State product right out of here from Dickinson, North Dakota. A local guy. And he's going to get a backstabber, a hit-by pitch. He's on to first base. Threw it right into that upper back. And Krenz will make it runners in the corners for the Big Sticks. Here's a look at it. And that one had to hurt. Krenz has already made some highlight reel plays today, including that incredible circus catch earlier on. And now Marcus Abelhausen will be up next. Runners in the corners for the Big Sticks. Abelhausen already has an RBI tonight with a run. Could bring in Cam Crater right here with another shot. The Riera pitch. And that one goes for ball one. 1-0 count and 1 out. 86 miles per hour as that one was up and away. Abelhausen would love to finish off the season at home with a big shot right here. Checked in swing, bobbled by Wertman, and that goes for a strike. 1-1 count as they rule that Abelhausen must have just went at home plate. They'll call that a strike, and it's a 1-1. Pick off back to first, and quickly retreating over there is Kobe Krenz. Another pitch on the way to Marcus Abelhausen. Trying to extend this Big Sticks lead in the bottom of the 7th. Riera will wind it up, driven, and this one will be fouled to the right of the first base line. And the count is brought to 1-2. 83 miles per hour coming off of that bat. No matter what, barring a double play, we will go back to the top of the order after this with Matthew Lewis. And we've already seen how him, Troy Berg, and especially Keenan Proctor have performed in this game and games prior in this series. Could put the finishing touches on this one. Pitch in, and that one well high and away. Almost another wild pitch that would have easily scored Cam Crater. Count evens at 2 apiece, so a 2-2 with 1 out. And another shot for Abelhausen. Let's see how aggressive he wants to be right here. Pitch from Riera, and a swing and a miss. He got struck out. Abelhausen really lunged into it. He was swinging for far and wide, and instead he gets the strikeout from Nico Riera. So Riera gets his first K of the night, and we go back to the top of the order with Matthew Lewis. Lewis has 1 hit and 1 run today, and a 2-out pitch will be on the way upcoming. Runners in the corners for Badlands. And a spinning breaking ball for a strike. 0-1 count. Nice pitch from Riera. And he has heated up just a bit here in the bottom of the 7th. And has held the Big Sticks for the most part, with the exception of Cam Crater. And delivers this one to the outside to even it up at 1 apiece. 1-1 and 2 outs on an 86 mile per hour fastball. There's a look at Cam Crater in the hot corner. He's run number 7 for the Badlands Big Sticks right now. Here comes the pitch. Swung on, lit up, and fouled into the parking lot for Broken Glass City and Dickinson yet again. 1-2 with 2 outs. And one thing interesting to discuss is how this Big Sticks team will perform after this game. They've struggled on the road this season, but going down to Hastings might be a re-energizing factor for this team as Lewis swings and misses for a strikeout. Delayed strikeout called, and Nico Riera ends out the bottom of the 7th with 2 straight strikeouts to retire the Big Sticks. We'll be back for the 8th. The Big Sticks still with a 4-run lead here at DCB&T.
Challenges and struggles are part of everyday life for all of us. At Infinity Real Estate Group, we don't back down and we take it all in stride.
Keep going. Keep going.
In these struggles, there are no mistakes, only life lessons. We may not be that good at some things, but we do excel in real estate. We are Infinity Real Estate Group. Experience the Infinity way.
World-renowned YouTube chef Lamise O brings her authentic Caribbean cuisine to the Dickinson area. Island Cuisine is open in the St. Joe's Plaza with available takeout and dine-in options. You'll find their entire menu on Facebook or call 483-9918 to place a pickup order. Enjoy incredible dishes like brown stewed chicken or everyone's favorite, Rasta pasta. Call now to order or stop in. Island Cuisine, located in St. Joe's Plaza, Dickinson.
Welcome back to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark for the top of the 8th between the Big Sticks and the Sodbusters. Badlands trying to come away with win number 30 on the year here at home and improved to 30-19 overall as a new pitcher is on the mound for the Big Sticks in Calvin Watkins. Watkins with 16 innings pitched on the year, an 0-2 record, 15 hits, 13 runs given up, 10 walks issued, 9 strikeouts, and a 5.25 ERA. And Watkins and the Big Sticks closing in on a potential win here for a series sweep over the Hastings Sodbusters to end out the regular season at home. Hastings trying to clutch on to any sort of hope they can get as Rusty Wortman will be the next man up. Wortman, Landon Gause, and Josh Printer, 5, 6, 7 for Hastings, trying to get any kind of hope they can. Down 6-2, Watkins the pitch, lit up to left. Joe Osborne wants it, he's racing, and Osborne makes a diving catch. Sometimes you gotta use those knees, and that's exactly what Joe Osborne just did. And the conductor gets out number 1. Landon Gause, the next man up here in the top of the 8th, as that's one quick out that the Hastings Sodbusters wish could have went differently. They had bases loaded in the top of the 7th, but only got 1 run out of it, and that was on a wild pitch, as the Big Sticks were able to close it down pretty well towards the end. And now Watkins looking to do that here. A breaking ball upstairs for a 1-0 on a 78-mile-per-hour shot. Pitch again, swung on deep to center field. This one back towards the wall and off the track. Coming on is Landon Gause, and he'll have his second double of the day. Landon Gause with 2 hits, both of them doubles, and he continues to show that immense power that is located inside. So Josh Printer, the next man up. Gause with a double, and that could be something here for the Hastings Sodbusters in their hopes of coming back in this game in the top of the 8th inning. Big shot from Gause. Now Printer up. He does have 1 RBI and 1 hit today for Hastings. Fastball and a strike. Fired right in there. It was actually an off-speed pitch. Just caught a glance at it because it was so quick that Calvin Watkins decided to go. This one he sends upstairs. That's a true fastball, and it goes for ball 1. 1-1 count. 1-1-1. Josh Printer trying to answer the call. Keep Hastings in this game. Inside and a strike. Breaking ball at the last second, and it's a 1-2 count with 1 out. Sensational pitch by Watkins towards the interior, and he's got a chance at his first strikeout right here. This one put towards the outside margin, and it's 2-2 with 1 out. 87 miles per hour on that last pitch. Hastings trying for hit number 8. In from Watkins, fouled, and it goes into the net to keep the count at 2 apiece. Watkins trying to get out number 2 and put the Big Sticks 4 outs away from a series sweep against Hastings once again. Swung on and fouled to the left of the third base line. Promising swing from Printer, but probably better off. Bird could have easily gotten an out there. if he could have made the throw to first with Danny Rogers, although that has been something that he has struggled with today. 2-2-1. Upstairs for ball 3, and the count goes full. 3-2-1 out for Watkins. Big opportunity here for the Sodbusters, but you've got to make good on these chances. They may not come again, and that will be a walk. So walk issued from Calvin Watkins. On to first will be Josh Printer, as Watkins has his first walk of the game. Tyler Walsh, the next man up, who did have a hit in his last at-bat. Runners on first and second for the Hastings Sodbusters, as the Tucson, Arizona product out of Hastings College has a chance. Recruited by Joel Shipper to come here, and he swings and misses, fouled it off actually, and the count goes to 0-1. It just caught the end of that bat. So again, much like the last half inning for the Sodbusters, another chance at life here, but how well can you capitalize on it? Can you make good on it? Swung on and fouled, count goes 0-2. 0-2-1 out on the 85-mile-per-hour Watkins fastball. Can Watkins get an all-important strikeout here on Tyler Welsh? He'll have a chance at it. Look out for that fastball, and no, it's a breaking ball well to the outside, and the Sodbusters will have 2 runners in scoring position. Watkins tried a breaking ball to the outside, and there was no way that Isaac Huddle was going to be able to collect that. Mistake from Watkins, and a 1-2 count. 2 runners in scoring position, and 2 more runs would make it a 2-run game. Lots of 2s there. To the outside for ball 2. And a 2-2 count with 1 out. Landon Goss currently in the hot corner, and Josh Printer is the man at second base for Hastings. Those are your base runners currently for the Sodbusters. The Watkins pitch. Breaking ball for ball 3, and the count goes full again. 75 miles per hour, but could not quite angle it in there. Sodbusters trying to rally in the top of the 8th. And fouled off just enough. Otherwise, that could have been a strikeout for Tyler Welsh. He made just a little bit of contact, and the count stays full. Another payoff pitch will be on the way from Calvin Watkins in this 6-2 game. The Watkins pitch outside, and he walked him. Bases loaded again for the Hastings Sodbusters, second straight inning. Tyler Welsh on to first base, and again the Sodbusters have a chance to capitalize. So we will see Kyle Hildebrand, the number 9 man in the lineup, come back out for Hastings. Bad news for Hastings, though, he does not have a hit thus far in this game. Bases loaded for the Sodbusters as they try to come away with a miracle in the top of the 8th. And that's low in for a strike, 0-1 count. 86 miles per hour on that dropping fastball from Calvin Watkins. Can he get 2 more? Not yet, just couldn't get it in there. Count evens up at 1 apiece, although it was a very similar style of pitch for Watkins. He'll throw it in again, and it's a swing and a miss for a strike. Centered in fastball, and he's 1 strike away from a strikeout and out number 2 in the top of the 8th inning. Can he deny the Sodbusters on bases loaded? He'd be 1 step closer with a K. And he couldn't quite get that one measured in. Count evens up at 2 apiece, although he was very, very close, just outside the zone. Hildebrand, one of the Sodbusters who does not have a hit yet. That could change here. Throw over and dropped, and a run scores. Marcus Abelhausen all by himself dropped the baseball, and Kyle Hildebrand is able to bring a run in, and that'll be an error for the Badlands Big Sticks. A run scores, and Hastings is in business now in a 3-run game. It's Landon Goss who comes home. Lane Shears and Taylor Gill, the next man up. Gill, number 1 in the lineup, with bases loaded yet again. Pitch from Watkins, and that has got to be a tough blow for Marcus Abelhausen. He just dropped that thing all by himself, and that would have been an easy out too, and maybe even a double play. Instead, a run scores. And that will go for ball 2, and a 2-0 count. As again, Watkins tried that 85-mile-per-hour fastball, but couldn't angle it in. Never said it would be easy against the Hastings Sodbusters. Give them credit, they are not going quietly into the night. 2-0, pitch on the way. Almost a hit by, too far to the inside. And he almost made contact with Taylor Gill, but Gill, Shears, and Cale Jensen, none of them have a hit yet. Bases loaded still. And that's a strike, 3-1. Watkins just able to fit it in that zone as it went towards the outside barrier. 3-1-1. Swung on and fouled into the fence. Count will go full now. We'll see a payoff pitch for Taylor Gill. Bases loaded for the Sodbusters. Josh Printer in the hot corner. Tyler Welsh at second base, as this one is foul back and the count stays full. And Kyle Hiltbrand on first. And if a grand slam were to happen, of course hypothetically, Hastings would take the lead here in the top of the 8th in a complete reversal of fortune. 3-run game. Swung on towards right and bobbled again. Throw to first, and that will be out too. But the Sodbusters do bring a run in with Josh Printer. An RBI for Taylor Gill. But that one was almost another disaster. But now 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. But only in a 2-run game after the Gill RBI. Lane Shears on. And that one will go for a strike. Nice breaking ball to the outside. And we'll see if the Big Sticks try to go to the bullpen. There's a little bit of activity over there. We'll keep an eye on that. Watkins the pitch, and it's a hit by that loads the bases. Caught Shears with a backstabber right in that left back area, and Shears is on to first base.
Left fielder, number 45, Cale Jensen.
Cale Jensen, the next man on, as Calvin Watkins has issued a hit by pitch, and now Jordan Price is coming out of that third base dugout. It has been a tough inning for Calvin Watkins and the Big Sticks defensively. They have now given up 2 runs, and Watkins is coming out of the game. So another new pitcher coming on. It'll be the 4th of the night for the Badlands Big Sticks as they're trying to close this one out, but the Hastings Sodbusters are threatening. We'll be right back after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Favorite thing about my street?
My co-op.
It isn't just about electricity.
It's about power.
The power of information.
About safety, efficiency,
Technology.
I am the co-op.
I am the co-op.
and the co-op
is me.
The Hub in North Dickinson is more than your ordinary convenience store. From Godfather's Pizza and the Hub Cafe to gourmet coffee, tea, and more. Stop by early for breakfast or grab something to go. We carry a variety of donuts that we make fresh every day. If your vehicle is dirty, we now have a state-of-the-art car wash at both locations. Stop in and see what we have to offer at the Hub located on North Highway 22 or the Hub West Dakota Oil on East Villard in Dickinson. We're changing the way people think about the convenience store industry.
Clogged or slow-moving drains are no match for Josh and his licensed techs at Unplugged Drain Cleaning of Dickinson. They provide 24-hour service to solve all your sewer problems, using only the best equipment along with the latest drain camera technology to resolve issues while maintaining the integrity of your pipes. They take pride in thoroughly explaining your options, providing free estimates and great service, and making sure your issues are resolved permanently. Contact Unplugged Drain Cleaning at 701-290-9737 or online at unpluggeddrains.com.
Western Cooperative Credit Union is your local loan headquarters. Thinking about a new car or truck, ATV, boat, or RV? We'll make the process quick and easy. Call us today. Western Cooperative Credit Union. 85 years the Western way. Western Cooperative Credit Union is dedicated to offering you the best financial services around. We're local, we're personal, and we're great at what we do for you. Join the herd. Western Cooperative Credit Union. 85 years the Western way.
Back at Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark, we're in the top of the 8th inning. 2 outs for the Badlands Big Six defensively, but the Hastings Sodbusters have put 2 runs on the board here in the top half of this inning and have a chance to tie the game with 1 good swing, but the Big Sticks are going to do everything they can to prevent that. Austin Sheldon on the mound, 11 2/3 innings pitched this year, 14 hits, 7 runs given up, 6 strikeouts, and a 3.00 ERA. And he will be tasked with taking out the Sodbusters and holding strong to this Big Sticks lead of 2 runs. Out of Lower Columbia and Tumwater, Washington, it'll be Cale Jensen, the next man up, and that is likely why Jordan Price made the pitching change between him and Calvin Watkins. 2 runners in scoring position. Jensen trying to lift the Sodbusters to the lead. Bases loaded, actually, my apologies. Infield playing up. As that one goes for ball 1, it's a 1-0 count with 2 outs on an 86-mile-per-hour pitch. Pitch from Sheldon. Outside, and that one goes for a strike, 1-1. And remember, the Big Sticks only need 1 out to close out the top of the 8th, then have a chance at insurance runs in the bottom half of this inning. Sheldon looking to provide that. It is bobbled by Huddle. He's able to find it just in the nick of time, but the count goes to 2-1 as we are setting up for a potentially dramatic finish here at DCB&T on a Sunday afternoon bleeding into Sunday night. Jensen does not have a hit yet in this game, and that is about to change. It goes into left field. 1 run's going to score, 2 runs are going to score, and the Sodbusters have tied this game. Unbelievable. A 2-run single from Cale Jensen, and just like that, the Hastings Sodbusters, who were down and out, have completely turned this thing around. A 2-out, 2-run single for Jensen. And now Anthony Chavez will be the next man up. 4 runs for the Sodbusters in the top of the 8th. Can you believe this? Final home game of the regular season, and the Big Sticks are not in any rush to go home right now with the runs they are giving up. Sodbusters could take the lead here, which would be the first time they would have had it since the top of the 2nd inning when they scored their first run of the game and held it until the bottom of the 3rd. Tied 6-6 here tonight. The Sodbusters have been incredibly perseverant here in the top of the 8th. Pitch in again, and that goes for a strike. Count evens up at 1 apiece, 1-1 with 2 outs on a 73-mile-per-hour Austin Sheldon breaking ball. And Cale Jensen, we just talked about him. He delivered when he had to. He's on first base currently. He and Lane Shears, the 2 men at first and second respectively. Swung on into shallow center. Abelhausen makes the play, throws to first, and that's out 3. But the Hastings Sodbusters coming back in a flurry. 4 runs in the top of the 8th, highlighted by a 2-run single from Cale Jensen. 6-6. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 8th in just a moment.
West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company proudly offers products and services that help fuel our customers' lives with clean burning propane and bulk fuel and convenient on-site delivery with premium farm and road fuels. We provide energy where and when you need it most, with locations throughout Southwest North Dakota. West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company. Locally owned, locally strong. The products you need with the service you deserve.
You have many co-pilots in life. And for 4 generations, we've been happy to help keep you on the road with all of them. Whether it's your first vehicle or your 10th, we're proud to be at your side when you need us. Think of us as the co-pilot that keeps you in the driver's seat. We've been proud to be by your side for 100 years. Here's to the next 100. Sachs Motor Company in Dickinson, North Dakota.
Just In Glass specializes in windshield replacement and repair. With over 20 years experience in the auto glass business, Just In Glass works with all insurance companies and deductibles. We have the best cash prices in town. We also offer camera recalibration in shop, so there's no longer any need to go to a dealership after a windshield replacement. Add to that our windshield warranty program, and Just In Glass is the only place you'll need to stop.
Drive by the rest, then come to the best. Just In Glass.
483.
Welcome back to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. The Hastings Sodbusters have come alive in the 8th inning. 4 runs in the top half of the inning as Luke Wenzel is back out on the bump for the Hastings Sodbusters. You might remember him from yesterday's game. Well, he's been put back out there as Hastings tries to steal a win in Dickinson. Wenzel had 1 strikeout and 1 walk. He was the final pitcher of the day yesterday for Hastings and did a very good job limiting the big sticks, but you gotta wonder what kind of shape is his arm in. Leading off for the Badlands Big Sticks is Troy Iceberg, who already has 1 hit, 2 RBIs, and a double. Keenan Proctor in the 3 spot, Rogers at 4. They're the men due up. Luke Wenzel versus Berg, 6-6 game, bottom of the 8th. And that goes for a strike and 0-1 count. Wenzel was incredibly efficient as a pitcher yesterday, really stymied the big sticks, and after an explosive start, held them to hardly any runs after the 5th inning. And he angles that one in for ball 1, and there's that unique pitching style that he uses very effectively. 1-1 count. Towards the inside, and it was almost a hit by pitch. Berg leaned back, and the count goes 2-1. Berg and Proctor have combined for 3 hits, 3 RBIs, and 2 doubles tonight. They'll try to add to that here. They're a very dangerous combination leading off this half inning. As that'll go for a 3-1. And your announcer just lost his paper, everybody. Wind is the thing here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark, and that is exactly what happened. I'll have to get that one out during the break. So we'll take our time here with this brief break, and the umpires are going to have a conversation. So we'll see what the umpires have to talk about. As Troy Berg up to bat. And I got saved by our music man, DJ BBS, otherwise known as Lucas Sauter. Thank you, Lucas. My lineup paper is back, so the day is saved. But the umpires are having a conversation currently with Joel Schipper about something. And I am curious as to what this is about. And I wonder if it has anything to do with Luke Wenzel. The fact that he did pitch a lot yesterday makes you curious. So we'll see what comes of this situation. But right now it is kind of an on-edge environment for both Big Sticks and Sodbusters fans, as both are trying to get a win in the series finale. The series has already been clinched. The Badlands Big Sticks did that yesterday with a 6-5 win in game number 2, and now a 6-6 game here tonight. But Hastings had a legitimate chance to take that game if a couple of things had went their way, but they just couldn't quite get it done. So the umpires are going to have a conversation with the Sodbusters, and we'll see what comes of this. He is heading right over to Luke Wenzel, and he's talking to Wenzel, and he is coming out of the game, and he is having a word with Jordan Price. And Jordan Price is egging him on as well. A little bit of a talk motion right now. So Luke Wenzel is out of the game, and now looks like he is going to be sending in a new pitcher. He's completely out of the game. Luke Wenzel has been ejected out of the ballpark, and he is storming off. Wow. Well, don't say tempers don't flare in ILB baseball, folks, because these players and the coaches are incredibly passionate. So we talked about Luke Wenzel having a lot of experience and having a lot of time played yesterday, and I guess that's probably what played into that decision. Probably couldn't have him pitch anymore. So Wenzel out of the game and a new pitcher coming on. So another pitching change for the Hastings Sodbusters, albeit an unorthodox one. We'll be right back after the break to sort all this out.
Make the most of your summer with a quick stop at Rosie's Food and Gas in South Dickinson. You'll find everything from live bait to lottery tickets. Pick up a hunting or fishing license, or even borrow a life jacket. Cool off with a for real ice cream shake, or pick up a snack on the way to the Big Sticks game. Rosie's Food and Gas, 1 block west of the Astoria Field in Dickinson.
The Eagles Club in downtown Dickinson is the best place to get together with your friends and enjoy a nice cold beverage any time of the day. They have weekly lunch specials from 11 to 1:30 and beer and wings Thursdays from 5 to 9. The Eagles is also available for your special event. Call now to reserve your date. You'll find everything the Eagles is planning on their Facebook page, and you can check out their monthly calendar to see all the entertainment and events going on. Whether you're looking for something different for lunch or something fun to do with your friends, try the Eagles in downtown Dickinson.
Are you ready for summer fun and adventure? Spend an exciting time at Badlands Ministries just south of Medora, where you'll grow in faith and have the time of your life. For over 90 years, Badlands Ministries has provided a safe place for people of all ages and denominations to experience Christ's love. Take a leap of faith and enjoy the many activities from ropes courses, fun Bible studies, crazy games, hiking, swimming, campfires, songs, skits, and more. Call or go to badlandsministries.org. See you at camp.
Consolidated handles not only our phone service, our internet, our Wi-Fi, but they also handle our, as of lately, they took on our IT support and our cybersecurity. So it was exactly what we needed. It's been great. We haven't had any issues, but that is a good peace of mind when I leave and go home and knowing that my business, my customer information, everything is secure and I don't have to worry about that.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, we're leaders in the egg industry. Our egg lenders grew up farming and ranching, and they understand egg operations.
With our agribusiness lending experience, we can help you with your financing.
We specialize in egg real estate, operating lines of credit, and cattle and machinery financing. To serve you, we need to hear you.
So stop by your local Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Welcome back to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark, as that odd situation with Luke Wenzel we think has been sorted out, and there is a new pitcher on the mound for the Hastings Sodbusters now. We'll clarify all of that for you in just a second, but it looks as though that is Braden Mackey, I believe. So Braden Mackey back on the mound for the Hastings Sodbusters after Luke Wenzel was taken out of the game, we believe due to the pitch limit in the Independence League. If you remember, he pitched most of the back half of yesterday's game, and Jordan Price called them out on that. They took him out of the game, and then Luke Wenzel kind of was chirping over at Jordan Price, pointing at him, and then he was taken out of the game by ejection. So he got taken out 2 separate times, and then Jordan Price very nonchalantly kind of had a hand motion back that signaled that he was talking a lot. So definitely tempers flaring, to say the least, here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. New pitcher on the mound, bottom of the 8th inning, in a 6-6 game. And when there's a win on the line and it's this late in the season, and with the playoff race being what it is, the Badlands Big Sticks have a chance to capitalize today. The Spearfish Sasquatch lost again to the Fremont Moo, losing the series on the road. So the Big Sticks can solidly slot themselves into that second place spot in the second half standings to at least make the Casper Spuds sweat a little bit, as Casper finished up their final home series of the season earlier today with a win over the Oahe Zap to clinch their own home series sweep. They'll head to Pierre to play the Zap in their next series that starts Tuesday night. And the Big Sticks will hit the road on Tuesday night to play the Hastings Sodbusters in Hastings, Nebraska. But for tonight, the Badlands Big Sticks trying to get a series sweep and stay 3 games behind the Spuds to at least put themselves in the conversation. And Braden Mackey and the Sodbusters trying to steal a win away and maybe put an end to the Big Sticks playoff hopes. 3-1 count, and it will be Troy Iceberg who will be heading back to home plate. He was the man that was in play before Luke Wenzel was taken out of the game. 3-1 count and no outs. Badlands trying to take the lead back in the bottom of the 8th after 4 runs in the top of the 8th by the Hastings Sodbusters in what has been an insane game at Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark. So after that long conversation, everything's back in order as we have surpassed well over 3 hours now in this game here on Sunday night. It's been a marathon of a game. Pitch in from Mackey towards the inside, and that's a walk. Troy Berg on to first base as Braden Mackey comes right in and issues a walk to Berg. So the 3-1 count ends up biting, and Keenan Proctor on. But remember, Braden Mackey also pitched a little bit beforehand in this series, so that was back in game number 1. So he's had a little bit more time off, but even still, it could be crucial here late. Now the explosive Keenan Proctor at home plate. As that one goes to the outside for ball 1, a 1-0 count on a 70-mile-per-hour pitch. Big Sticks need just 1 run to retake the lead. How does Mackey handle this pressure? Pitch is low and away and bobbled by Wertman, and the count goes to 2-0. And you wonder, after that kind of a turn of events in the game, do the Hastings Sodbusters feel a little dejected, or does that motivate them even further? Obviously can't feel what the athletes are feeling right now, as that one goes low for 3-0, but right now it seems as though the Big Sticks may have an advantage here. 3-0 count. Proctor looking for hit number 3 right here. And it's low, it's ball 4, he walked him. 2 straight walks for Braden Mackey. And he's put 2 runners on base. And that will send on Danny Rogers right back for the Badlands Big Sticks. And there is plenty of activity currently going on in the Hastings Sodbusters bullpen, as they are trying to get a bevy of arms warmed up to see what sticks. Runners on first and second. Rogers ready. Low and outside for ball 1, a 1-0 count. And you almost worry that Braden Mackey is going to walk another man and load the bases for the Badlands Big Sticks here. Still no outs in the bottom of the 8th, and the Big Sticks could absolutely use that to their advantage. Pitch to Rogers, low again, and these low pitches from Mackey are not finding their mark. 2-0 count. Pitch again, and again low for a 3-0, as Braden Mackey just cannot throw strikes right now, and the Big Sticks will likely be able to easily capitalize, especially if we quickly have a bases loaded opportunity. Mackey's already had 2 walks in this half inning. He might be getting ready for number 3. And he will. A 3rd straight walk as Danny Rogers is on to first base. And the Hastings Sodbusters are really missing Luke Wenzel right now. Joe Osborne, the next man up, and we'll see how long Joel Schipper wants to keep this going. And Schipper is heading out. So the Hastings Sodbusters are going to have another pitching change, it appears. Unless he wants to keep trying it here with a Braden Mackey, who seems to be a little bit tired right now. Maybe some of that exhaustion kicking in. Kind of describing the situation to Coach Schipple. And right now the Badlands Big Sticks closing in on taking the lead back after an incredible top of the 8th by the Hastings Sodbusters. Even if you are a Big Sticks fan, you got to feel for them a little bit due to what they were able to do, putting up 4 runs when all hope seemed lost in the game. But even still, it has been a rough go of things thus far pitching-wise. And the Big Sticks with bases loaded have a chance to really put this game away late. Clinch the series sweep and go on to Hastings with all the momentum they need. Joe Osborne ready to go, trying to put this game on ice. Osborne at home plate, getting a nice ovation from the crowd here in Dickinson, North Dakota. Infield playing up, hoping Osborne doesn't send it over their heads. It's a hit by pitch, and a run is going to score. Troy Berg comes home on a hit by pitch immediately to Joe Osborne, and the Sodbusters are now right back in a deficit. 3 straight walks and a hit by pitch for Braden Mackey. Isaac Huddle coming on after Berg gets the run, and now Joel Shipper is coming out once again from the first base dugout. And it looks like we will see a new pitcher this time, so Mackey immediately comes out. Base is still loaded for the Big Sticks, now up 7-6 in the bottom of the 8th. We'll be right back after the break.
My car is worth. I just don't drive it anymore.
Dan Porter Motors will buy it.
I'm tired of my old car. I just want something different.
Dan Porter Motors will buy it.
What about boats and campers?
Dan Porter Motors will buy it. Now, for a limited time, Dan Porter Motors will give you the most for your car, boat, pickup, camper, motorcycle, jet ski, tractor. You get the picture. Just stop in, give them the keys, and they'll write you a check. It's that simple. See Dan Porter Motors, 58601.
Big Boy Toys.
Back here in Dickinson, North Dakota, Nick Jones is back on the mound for the Hastings Sodbusters, as I wonder if they're running out of bullpen arms right now. We've already saw Braden Mackey and Luke Wenzel, guys who were already pitched earlier on in this series, coming in, and now Nick Jones, who pitched a little bit in game 1, is back out on the mound, trying to prevent the Badlands Big Sticks from extending their 7-6 lead. Out of Arkansas Tech and Little Rock, Arkansas, as he will have Isaac Huddle coming on next. Huddle already with 1 run in this game, although he has not made any significant contact with the baseball. Does not have any hits or RBIs yet on the game. Huddle has done a very impressive job as the catcher today for the Big Sticks, however, preventing a lot of wild pitches. Although a couple have gotten away, still a very solid performance. And now the Hastings Sodbusters in extreme peril, still with no outs and bases loaded for the Big Sticks. As that brings it to a 1-0 count on a 70-mile-per-hour pitch. And Huddle watches it go by for ball 2. And immediately Nick Jones having the same problem that the last pitcher did for the Hastings Sodbusters in Braden Mackey. 2-0 count. Ball 3 just like that, and if another ball is thrown, another run will score for the Big Sticks. Base is still loaded for Badlands, and Keenan Proctor would come in next. And that one goes for a strike on a 66-mile-per-hour off-speed pitch. Hastings just needs an out right now, any way they can get it. Double play could also help that cause. This one Put high in the air. It's going to be a foul. It's drifting back. And it is going to go out of play. Keep the count full. 3-2. Cam Crater currently on deck for the Big Sticks. Remember, he has the last grand slam for the Big Sticks, which he had against the Casper Spuds. This one lit up into right center field. 1 run is going to score for Badlands. 2 runs is going to score for the Big Sticks. And the lead is extended to 9-6. Keenan Proctor and Danny Rogers get home as Isaac Huddle gets a 2-run single. 2 RBIs for Isaac Huddle in 1 swing, and just like that, the game is firmly back in the hands of the Badlands Big Sticks. Cam Crater the next man up as Badlands has runners on first and second. Rogers and Proctor with their second and first runs of the night, as that's a strike for Jones and an 0-1 count. Isaac Huddle lit that one up. Cam Crater now on. Big Sticks up 9-6. That was almost a hit by. Crater spins out of it, and the count is now 1-1. Crater looking to put this one to bed. Runner advancing on, and that'll be a foul ball, so the runners will have to go back into their respective bases. Good try on the stolen base opportunities, and the Big Sticks, they are not holding back at the bottom of the 8th. They are being aggressive right now with the Sodbusters, trying to clinch this victory. The 1-2 count. Crater waiting. Crater puts one foul, and the count will stay at 1-2. 69 miles per hour on that pitch. Runner going on to third, and that'll be a stolen base. Big Stick steal base over in the hot corner with Joe Osborne. So now runners in the corners for the Badlands Big Sticks. Osborne at third, Huddle at first. Pitch into Crater, swing and a miss, he got struck out. So Nick Jones registers his first K of the game, and that is out number 1 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's a look at it with this Cornerstone Bank replay, and you can tell Crater was going for everything and just couldn't find it. Kobe Krenz, the next man up, and the Dickinson State product looking for one last highlight here as that one goes high and away for ball 1 upstairs, and a 1-0 count with 1 out. Sodbusters will have one last chance in the top of the 9th to try to overcome this deficit, but having to put another 3 runs on the board may be a little bit too much to ask, as the Big Sticks have just continued to really have a stranglehold on this game late. Pitch in from Jones, swung on high in the air, and this one is going to be fouled as it drifts over the stands and out of play. Foul ball, 2-1. Kobe Krenz. He had a great swing to help the Big Sticks win the game in game number 2 of the season, and he launches one deep to left. Pop fly high in the air, and the catch will be made by Cale Jensen. Out number 2 quickly, and the Sodbusters now 1 out away from retiring the Big Sticks here in the bottom of the 8th. Marcus Abelhazen, the next man up. The last chance for the Big Sticks to put runs on the board and extend their 9-6 lead over the Hastings Sodbusters. Runners in the corners for Badlands. Can Abelhazen come through again? He has 1 hit for an RBI tonight, as well as a run. To the outside for ball 1, a 1-0 count. Jones continuing to try that outside margin against the Big Sticks offense. Driven on the way towards the interior for ball 2. 2-0 count and 2 outs, 72 miles per hour. And right now for Jones, he does have the 1 strikeout, but I think you need a pop fly or play a base to try to end this thing out. This one lifted high to right field, back towards the wall. It's going to stay within the yard, and the catch will be made by Kyle Hiltbrand. But the Big Sticks put 3 runs on the board in the bottom of the 8th after a controversial pitching change from the Hastings Sodbusters allows the Big Sticks to extend their lead. We'll be right back for the top of the 9th and the potential conclusion here at DCB&T.
Challenges and struggles are part of everyday life for all of us. At Infinity Real Estate Group, we don't back down and we take it all in stride.
Keep going.
In these struggles, there are no mistakes, only life lessons. We may not be that good at some things, but we do excel in real estate. We are Infinity Real Estate Group. Experience the Infinity way.
World-renowned YouTube chef Lamise O brings her authentic Caribbean cuisine to the Dickinson area. Island Cuisine is open in the St. Joe's Plaza with available takeout and dine-in options. You'll find their entire menu on Facebook or call 483-9918 to place a pickup order. Enjoy incredible dishes like brown stewed chicken or everyone's favorite, Rasta pasta. Call now to order or stop in. Island Cuisine, located in St. Joe's Plaza, Dickinson.
Favorite thing about my street?
My co-op.
It isn't just about electricity.
It's about power.
The power of information.
About safety, efficiency,
Technology. I am the co-op.
I am the co-op.
and the co-op is me.
The Hub in North Dickinson is more than your ordinary convenience store. From Godfather's Pizza and the Hub Cafe to gourmet coffee, tea, and more. Stop by early for breakfast or grab something to go. We carry a variety of donuts that we make fresh every day. If your vehicle is dirty, we now have a state-of-the-art car wash at both locations. Stop in and see what we have to offer at the Hub located on North Highway 22 or the Hub West Dakota Oil on East Villard in Dickinson. We're changing the way people think about the convenience store industry.
Welcome back to Dakota Community Bank and Trust Ballpark here for the top of the ninth inning between the Big Sticks and the Sodbusters. Braxton Greenberg on the bump for the Big Sticks. Greenberg with 29 2/3 innings pitched on the year, a 2-1 record. He does have 1 save, 24 hits, 10 runs, 10 walks issued, 34 strikeouts, and a 2.36 ERA. So Braxton Greenberg trying to close this thing out for Badlands. They are 3 outs away from clinching a series sweep and clinching the final home game of the regular season against the Hastings Sodbusters, who were able to keep it relatively close for a long period in this game, even tied the game up in the top of the 8th. But the Big Sticks scored 3 runs after a bevy of Sodbusters pitchers came out, and none of them could quite stick in the way they wanted. Big Sticks came away. Rusty Wortman will be the leadoff hitter in this half inning, number 5 in the lineup, as it'll be Wortman, Landon Gaz, and Josh Printer, 5, 6, 7. Pitch on the way from Greenberg, playing closer tonight. Swung on deep to left, a foul ball. That'll make it an 0-1 count as it goes into the kid zone. And one thing about Braxton Greenberg, it depends on the night, but he can be very methodical, or he can be very quick with his pitching style. He'll wait on it and get ready to throw. 0-1 count. Pitch on the way, swung on, and that brings it to a 1-1 as he brought in a fastball at 90 miles per hour, a 90 mile per hour pitch for Braxton Greenberg. Some insane speed. Lit up and fouled as it goes into the net and off of the roof and into the parking lot. 1-2 count. 1 strike away from out 1 for Braxton Greenberg. Here comes the windmill. And that one is to the outside to even the count into a piece. 2-2 on the 84 mile per hour fastball. Trying to level it in one more time. Braxton will light it up. And a strikeout. 90 mile per hour fastball from Braxton Greenberg as he torched that one and blasted that baseball in like the Silverdome. Wow, what a fastball that was for the strikeout. His first K of the night in the first at-bat that he had a chance to do it in. Good work by Greenberg, and that's out 1. Wortman retired. Landon Gaz, the next man on. Pitch on the way, and a breaking ball for a strike. 0-1 count as he put in the slider, and this is some of the best pitching early on that we've seen from Braxton Greenberg in this season. And the man with the curved hat is feeling it. He'll put it in again, and can't get the strike. It's a 1-1. Big Sticks dugout was loving that sequence from Greenberg. Couldn't quite fit it in there, but he's going to try again. And too far to the inside, almost a hit by pitch as the count goes to 2-1. But Greenberg is rolling out some insane speed tonight, 89 miles per hour that time. Put it in again, swung on to center, back, and Lewis makes the catch. Out 2 for the Big Sticks. They are 1 out away from closing it out at home. Josh Printer coming on. He'll have a 2-out pitch waiting for him, and Braxton Greenberg could have the final say in the home part of the season for the Badlands Big Sticks. Here we go. Looking for that final out here at DCB&T. One last moment on the horizon. And that one goes for a strike and 0-1 count. And Greenberg is getting a nice ovation from Stix Nation, who is loving what they're seeing in the top of the 9th. In Fuego pitching. He wants another one. This one swung on to right. Back towards Crater. Crater in the light. Makes the catch and ends the game. And the Badlands Big Sticks close it out at home with a 9-6 victory over the Hastings Sodbusters and complete the season and series sweep at home against the Hastings Sodbusters. And they get their 30th win on the season to improve to 30-19. And potentially in their last home game of the season, they get the job done, as they often have. We'll recap all the post-game action after the break and talk to you one last time, maybe in the year, here at DCB&T. Don't go anywhere.
Clogged or slow-moving drains are no match for Josh and his licensed techs at Unplugged Drain Cleaning of Dickinson. They provide 24-hour service to solve all your sewer problems, using only the best equipment along with the latest drain camera technology to resolve issues while maintaining the integrity of your pipes. They take pride in thoroughly explaining your options, providing free estimates and great service, and making sure your issues are resolved permanently. Contact Unplugged Drain Cleaning at 701-290-9737 or online at unpluggeddrains.com.
Western Cooperative Credit Union is your local loan headquarters. Thinking about a new car or truck, ATV, boat, or RV? We'll make the process quick and easy. Call us today. Western Cooperative Credit Union. 85 years the Western way. Western Cooperative Credit Union is dedicated to offering you the best financial services around. We're local, we're personal, and we're great at what we do for you. Join the herd. Western Cooperative Credit Union. 85 years the Western way.
West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company proudly offers products and services that help fuel our customers' lives with clean-burning propane and bulk fuel and convenient on-site delivery with premium farm and road fuels. We provide energy where and when you need it most, with locations throughout Southwest North Dakota. West Dakota Oil and Fitterer Oil Company. Locally owned, locally strong. The products you need with the service you deserve.
Welcome back to Dakota Community Bank & Trust Ballpark as the Badlands Big Sticks come away with a 9-6 victory here at home over the Hastings Sodbusters. And our player of the game, the starting pitcher, Garrett Lundmark, who ends the game out with 4 strikeouts, an incredible game overall, and limited Hastings to just 1 run in his time played. A truly great performance among a bevy of great performances that we have seen this season. So before we leave, I want to do a brief goodbye piece to all of you watching. It's been a great journey so far in this season. We'll have 2 more series after this, obviously, on the road, but a lot of you obviously watch on YouTube and maybe don't have a Mixler account. So for those, I want to say goodbye. It's been a great season. I have loved every moment of it. And when I first took this job, I didn't know exactly what was going to happen, but I can say that every step of the way, it has been excellent inside and out. I've learned so much, and I've loved the embracement from Stix Nation and from all of you watching, your feedback, your comments. Thanks for hanging with me all the way and being there for the great times and the gaffes, which I know there were many that I had. So I appreciate all of you being patient and staying with me and helping me to live my dream of being a baseball play-by-play commentator here for a team. And I cannot wait to see what the future holds for the Badlands Big Sticks, and hopefully we will be back for the playoffs. But if not, thank you all so much for watching here at home this season. I'm Dylan Simmons saying so long, and please always have an electric night.